Guess who's back again? Oh, babies, did you miss me? Listen, I'm back because I said I would be back. I don't even know how long I'm going to be, and I know I have this scheduled for a little later, but if I didn't do it now, I wasn't going to do it because I'm tired. It's been a long
I
ass
don't even know
day.
how long I'm going to be, and I
But
know I
I
have this
said
scheduled for a little later, but
that
if
I
I
would
didn't
be
do it now,
back,
I was going
so here I am. And the topic was supposed to be about judging, judgment, being judgmental, that whole thing. But again, hey, Mary Carey, I am tired as hell. And so I showed up because I said I would. And I'll stay here as long as y'all need me to stay here. And you know what I'm saying? Not a minute sooner, but the whole, hey, sincere, thank you for coming. The thing that I wanted us to talk about was judging. And I wrote down, there's a movie. Y'all ever seen The Great Debaters? That's like one of my whole favorite movies. And my favorite part is when they're in the boat and Denzel goes, "Who is the judge? The judge is God. Why is he God? Because he decides who wins or loses." What's the next one? He decides who wins or loses. Who is your opponent? He doesn't exist. Why doesn't he exist? Because he's a mere dissenting voice to the truth I speak. That is my favorite part of that movie. It means so much to me because my truth may not necessarily be your truth. There's fact, and people don't believe that facts change, but they do because like grass is definitely green until autumn comes and it turns brown. Trees definitely have leaves. That's a fact until autumn comes and the leaves shed. So you see what I mean? So truth can be fluid. Truth can be fluid. My truth doesn't have to be your truth. And how I decide to live my life. Food Junkie teases me all the time, and I love it. It's cool. Food Junkie teases me all the time because I've done a live and I was on a trip and I was talking about I packed Dior. And I did, but you know what? I'm not above wearing jeans and a t-shirt. You know what I mean? I like coco vin, but I will also eat buffalo wings, extra spicy, and with ranch sauce on the side. You see what I'm saying? And you know what? All that means is that that's me. That's who I am. It don't have to be you, and that don't make you wrong. And that's my whole thing with the judging situation, with people not wanting people to be who the hell they are. So that's my point. And I need, hey Sophie, um, because he's a mere dissenting voice to the truth I speak. It's sincere, don't you love it? I love that movie. And did I just see TJ? Hey, Miss T. Trisha, welcome. Thanks for coming. So, yeah, that's my thing. Is the whole judging. We are so quick to judge so harshly without understanding something that I can only tell y'all the crap that I tell my kids because those are my number one students, right? Because their life with me is boot camp for the real world. And so a lot of I can only reflect on what I've been through and where I've been. And a large part of my experience is with my children. So I talk about them a lot. So if you don't like it, it's a button that'll get you right on out of here. Um, but judgment. Like I say it all the time. And that's where I was going with that. I tell my kids, don't be so quick to judge because there is a how and there's a what. And a lot of times we focus on that, the how and the what. But your answer and your peace most of the time is in that why. Why? She's a crackhead, nasty, disgusting hoe, but why? Why? Do you think she woke up on a beautiful Sunday morning and said, I want to be a crackhead, disgusting hoe? No. Life happened. Something led her to that, and that's the medication that she, he, or whoever reached for. And that, my friend, is the thing. All of us are suffering from something. And all of our Tylenol bottles don't look the same. But my thing is, don't take away the Tylenol, leave me with the damn headache. I'm hurting. Figure out why. Or leave me the hell alone. You know what I'm saying? Those are the options. So that's my thing with judging. And I get accused of being judgmental. I'm boisterous. I have a lot to say in my real life, not on YouTube. In my real life, I have a lot to say. Hell, to the people that are around me and with me, but not in a dark, judgmental manner. And that's what I think I said it earlier. We get caught up on that whole only God can judge me. And I mean, I dig that, but I don't subscribe to that because we were put here to be each other's judges, depending on how you believe. We were put here to judge and keep each other in check. And I would rather Sophie or Shanice or Carrie to pull my skirt tail and tell me, newbie, you fumbling up before I have to meet my maker. For all of the only God can judge me people, I want you to stop right now where you're at and ask yourself, if this was my day of judgment before God, the only one that could judge me, would he slam the gavel? Is he going to be pleased? Is he going to be pleased? Or would you rather have one more chance for me or somebody else that care about you to tell you you might want to check that, my friend, that whole thing. And so yeah, that's my thing on judgment. I don't think that we shouldn't judge. I just think that we shouldn't judge so harshly. We shouldn't be so quick to down talk other people and like, why? What is your takeaway? What is your takeaway to call out the wrongdoings and flaws of other people? When you get done and you convince us all that he or she is just a no good, dilapidated, ridiculous, then what? Once we believe it, you've convinced us. Then what? Then what? Are we doing it to offer help? Or are we doing it to get the focus off of us? Because at the end of the day, we know that, our back porch is not all that clean. Is that it? So thank you, Miss T. Tricia. So again, y'all, I'm here. I'm back because I said I would come back. But as always, I get on here and I get at a loss for words, or it's just some things I could say that I refuse to say. Because I recognize that my thoughts, views, and slow opinions only mean so much to the next person. But I have the link pinned. If anybody, some people are selective with their judgment. You are absolutely right about that, Carrie. We're going to fight. Shanice, where we going to fight? Because I put you to work tonight. If this was a paying position, my moderators would have the best job in the world because I only show up every blue moon. When, what, and who they judge. You're right. You're right. But when you're being perfectly honest with yourself, do you feel, Carrie, that your judgment is ever a little off kilter? Because I find, especially in the little area that we tend to be in over here on YouTube, right and wrong comes down to who we like and who we don't like. I've seen it over and over. And I'm not saying you particularly, Carrie. I'm just posing a question. I've seen it over and over and over. This person does a thing, whatever it is. They do this thing and everybody attacks them. This is not a liked person. And then the faves do the exact same thing. And it's every excuse in the world. Well, they didn't mean any harm. Well, the dog ate their homework and that's why they had to do it. You understand? So right and wrong all too often comes down to who people like and who they don't like. And I know it for sure. Hell, I've been guilty by association and catastrophically, if they had their way, a casualty of war and people's fights that had nothing the hell to do to me. And I'll go ahead and say the name. Shit, do you know how many people, and it's not who it might spring to mind when I say it, it's a lot of people that come after me, don't like me because I'm cool with James. There is a person he went after, and Carrie, as a matter of fact, we were on your live and I asked a question and they snapped me up like, or just, I said, oh, Jesus, okay. That person does not know me. All they know about me is that I'm cool with James, and them and James were kind of at it at the time, and they snapped me up and hadn't had a word to say to me since. Guilty by association. So again, right and wrong often comes down to who we like and who we don't like. I know how to be non-biased. Now, for my YouTube friends that I speak to, and it's a select few that I speak to offline, if they do something that I find questionable online, I got your number. So I'll call you. I'm not going to put you on blast all over the interwebs and things. I'll call you and we can talk about it. And, as grown-ups like that. But if we're cool and I can't get a hold of you outside of YouTube, I'll find a way to diplomatically tell you, you might want to rethink the situation. And to me, that's me. To me, that's how, adults move. I had a friend I met here, and y'all all know Demetra, and a lot of you, Gary, I know you one of them, seen when we had our little situation. I think it was just a big misunderstanding, and we had a situation and we was going at it. Ooh, we tore up the furniture in Carrie's room. I still feel so bad about that, Carrie. I am so sorry. But between the alcohol and the emotions, we just went there. But you know what? There are things, because Demetra and I met in person. Demetra knows things about me that the rest of YouTube does not know. I know things about her that the rest of YouTube does not know. But when we were catting and scratching and doing all of the things, none of that came out. She didn't try to expose me, and I didn't try to expose her. You know why? Because we're friends. And that's how we get down. We was mad now when we got on the phone, when we finally were at the point, because we didn't talk for a few days after that whole thing happened. We didn't talk for a minute, but when we finally did this, oh, we let each other have it. We let each other have it. And then we pulled the thing together. And shit, I don't even know what my point was. Let me read the comments. Though people speak of independent thought, it is usually not respected. Truth on YouTube. It's cliquish and beehive mentality at its finest. Sincere, I agree. The only thing that I can ask everybody under the sound of my voice is to give people a chance as individuals until they prove different, because I really cannot stand being called stupid because of a chat that I might frequent, somebody's channel that I might go to, or this person, you might not like them, but I like them, and I got to be called stupid, and I got to be called blind, and I'm in a cult, I'm a zombie, all of the things. What's up, Coolin? Thanks for coming. I like who I like. Can we agree that people just like who they like for whatever reason? I said it earlier, and I'm going to say names. God bless. If people don't like it, they can let me know later. Let me get the name right, because I've heard that name so many different. I don't really know this person like a whole lot. Grown folks. Let me say that. grown folks. If I'm not mistaken, Demetra shared his live. I was there because she was there. I can say that. Okay. I know his name. I've seen him around. I've heard things that people have said about him, but all of the despicable disgustingness of him, if it exists, I haven't seen it. That's all I'm saying. I don't know, dude. I don't know how he get down or what he get up to. I know that I've been in his I've seen his stuff a few times. And most of the time, if I'm not familiar with a person and they're not familiar with me, I don't drop down. Sometimes I do. And those of y'all that know me, Coolin can attest to it. Soapy can attest to it. I'll put a hand, a heart, and a smile emoji in your chat. And I keep, and I stay quiet and see what's going on. Right? So a few days back, Demetra was over there. I don't know if I want to say she shared it, and that's how I ended up there. But I know me and Demetra were in Mr. GS. Is that right? Because I know he get a grown folks. We were over there, and because Demetra was talking, I spoke to Demetra. I put my little wavy, and then again I spoke again to Demetra individually. And that's all I said. And so I'm listening. I really don't even remember what the hell they were talking about because I'm listening and I'm moving about my house. And so, like I do most days, I don't come on live a whole lot. I don't make a lot of videos, but my community wall stays pretty active. And so I had put a post up about something on my community. It didn't have nothing to do with nothing, just one of my regular community posts. And a comment came under there. And what was this person's name? Because I think I know exactly who this was under a troll or however you call it account. But they came under there and said, it's shocking that a person that's medically fragile, that have medical emergencies on live, would go in a misogynist chat and speak to poke at a suffering woman. Again, I don't know who I was supposed to be poking at. I don't know why that man got called misogynistic. I didn't know that I was 12 years old and am not allowed to do what I want to do. Like, for real? Whatever fight the person and the name of the person that said that, because it wasn't a real account, but the name they were using was grown woman. Grown woman. I don't know you. You don't know me. And what you were alluding to was the seizure that I had. Yes, I have seizures. What the hell did I have to do with anything else that's going on YouTube? I just like, huh? Who was I poking at? Who was I poking at? And that man, he said that he was talking about or making fun or making a mockery of mental illness. Well, as long as I was there, I don't know what he do when I'm not around. And whatever he do, that's on him. I didn't hear nothing like that. I'm not saying that he don't do it. I'm just saying I didn't hear anything like that. And even if I did, I'm grown, right? But the thing is, grown woman, if you saw me there, weren't you there? So what's the line? You can listen to misogynists, but not drop down in their chat. Is dropping down in people's chat the deal breaker that makes you despicable? Is that it? I don't. This judgment, that. Okay, I'm reading the chat again because I feel myself rambling. Let me go up because I think I might have missed some stuff. Yeah, I read that. Happy Friday night to you two, Doctor. So, is anybody else soaking their black eyed peas? Do y'all do that for New Year's, or is it just me? This TV is giving me the flux behind me. Y'all have to excuse it. But yeah, am I the only one that does that? Soak your black eyed peas. So yeah. Anyway, like I said, I'm back because I said that I was coming back. I just I just been watching, and I've been looking at different things and different attitudes about things, and the judgment is so vicious. One thing that I want to say, and I wish Demetra was in here because she could back me up on being credible. Is that a word? To say what I'm about to say. And I'm not talking about anybody. I'm talking about what I'm talking about. Okay. Because it was, it's been discussed in the sector. It was brought up and it was whatever. And I'm not here to judge who did what, who was for real or why. I just want to share something with you all, especially this time of year when these pagan ass holidays are being celebrated. And again, no shade to people that celebrate. I don't. And there is a reason that depression and suicide and things like that are heavier this time of year. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But what I do want to say is people that are genuinely suicidal, when they've made up their mind and that's their answer, they don't typically announce it because they're past the point of crying out for help. When they come to that conclusion, they don't want to be talked out of it. You understand? So they don't announce it. Okay. And one of the signs, and people miss it, when you have a person that's suffering, clearly suffering from depression, and there's a difference between situational depression. The bills are due, my man not acting right, my dog died. That is situational depression. Clinical depression is an entirely different thing, and nothing has to happen other than a chemical imbalance in your system for clinical depression to occur. Okay, that's where bipolar, schizophrenia, all of the things, that's clinical depression. Situational depression can happen to any of us at any given time about any given thing, depending on how we deal with it. So let's be clear on that. But if you have a person that is suffering depression, whether clinical or situational, and they're in a deep, dark, ugly depression, and some of the signs are losing interest in things that they used to be excited about. When you have a person who's typically hygienic and they don't care about their appearance, they don't even care if they stink. They can't get out of the bed. They don't want to go to work. They don't want to eat. Depression, deep, dark depression, and other weird behaviors, but it's a case-to-case basis. So you kind of have to know the person to know the signs. But when a person is in that type of deep depression and then all of a sudden they're happy, they bounce right back. No therapy, no nothing, no grandma ain't came and prayed over them and slapped them on the head with no oil. Just all of a sudden they're happy. That is a dangerous sign because they're happy because they've decided to commit that suicide. I'm gonna kill myself. That's my answer. I'm getting up out of here, and they're happy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So these are things that we need to look out for. And when they're in that state, they're not going to come back crying, saying, boo hoo, think about hurting myself. They're not going to say it because they're so convinced that this is the right thing to do that they don't want you to talk them out of it, because in their mind, in the state that they're in, that's their answer. And they don't want you erasing that answer. So these are the things that you have to look out for. And while I don't know how I just got here, but since I'm here, let me tell you something. Everybody under the sound of my voice, check on your strong friends. That one that's always okay and pulled up and together and always helping other people and always extending themselves, and you never see them cry and you never see them with a hair out of place. Check on them. Check on them. Because those are the ones who are too strong to show you that they are fucking bleeding to death and don't want to burden you with it. And I'm speaking from experience because I'm that person. I watch crime shows, right? That's my thing. I love a good, lovely crime show. And they always say, like the spouse, and usually on the ones that it's the wife. She wasn't acting depressed, or she didn't seem like she was grieving. And I watched enough of them to say, well, damn, that would be me. I would be a number one suspect because I'm not a person who breaks down in the heat of the moment. I am the person who goes into business mode. I got to be strong for this one. I got to put on a strong face for that one. And then when all the dealing is done, I go behind closed doors and then I break down. So in the eyes of the people on these shows that I watch, I will be a suspect because I don't grieve properly. What the hell is proper grieving? Anyway, check on your strong friends. Check on the ones who seem like they have it together. And you know who they are? The ones that don't talk about it. The ones who have nothing to prove. Now, I'm just me, whatever that means to, whoever. I'm not trying to be anybody. I just am who I am. But I've seen some things and I know some stuff. And let me tell you something. You know who I don't see running around talking about what they have and what they can do and what they've conquered and how many mountains they've climbed? The haves. The haves don't walk in a room talking about what they have. Their have-didness, if that's a word, it speaks for them. It's just as simple as you do not see full-grown people. You don't see adults of a certain age saying, I'm grown. You know who you see doing that? Little 1920s, the ones who's trying to come into their own. I'm grown. You do not see adults running around talking about how grown they are because you just see it. It just speaks for itself. Same thing with the haves and the people with money and the people with education and the people that are so smart and the people with all these damn degrees and prestige and pedigree and all of that. You never hear them say it because they don't have to. They don't announce it. Where was I going? Let me go. Let me read the comments because I'm rambling. Let me go back up. And read what y'all saying. Okay. Thank you, Shanice. You're so faithful. You soak your black eyed peas and cook smoked turkey. I use turkey too. Egyptian goddess, hi. Thanks for coming. Oh, so where was I at? I knew I was going to get to rambling. Check on your strong friend. That's one of my major points. We were talking about judging and judgment. and it is so much I can say, but I won't. I don't get people who feel like if you don't agree with them, that you're wrong. Two things can be true at the same time. My right may not be your right. My truth may not be your truth. And I don't understand why people don't get that. My mom, I hope she never sees this. She has this buddy that I cannot stand. I don't deal with this broad. I avoid her like the plague. I respect her because that's my mom's buddy, but I don't. Ugh, if I can avoid being around her, I do. And it was something really simple that she done that hawked me right on off. And I said, okay, I never need to come here again. Um, we were at her place. She has a beautiful house. God love her. Now, when I leave out of a room in my own house, I shut the door. All the doors in my house are shut. If it's a door, I'm gonna close it. That's just me. That's just how I do things. It just looking down a hallway and doors flung open and closets, so I can't stand it. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm saying that's me. So I'm at this broad's house with my mom, and I used the bathroom, came out the bathroom, I shut the door. And she come busting around the corner later on, like, why is that door shut? I'm standing there thinking somebody was in the bathroom. Just stupid. My sister do the same stupid thing. And I'm like, looking at my mom like, this bitch just called me dumb, mom. I didn't say that, but my mother could read that in my face like this bitch just called me stupid for no reason. And my mother is giving me the please chill out face. And I was like in my early 20s when that happened, but I never forgot that because I do a thing different. And first of all, ho, if you thought somebody was in there for 2 hours, how about knock on the door? But anyway, because I didn't do a thing the way you would do it, that makes me dumb. I had to be berated and called stupid because I do things a little different than you would. I like things uniform. I don't like a bunch of random open doors. I don't. I can't. I have one cousin who leaves her cabinet doors in the kitchen wide open, and that's her thing. I'm not knocking her for it. I'm just saying I can't stand it. I like things uniform and shut up and closed up. And that's the thing. We're individuals. Why do my right have to make you wrong? This is my right. This is how I like stuff. It don't make you stupid. You may not think the same way that I think. Me and Deanna and Just Read My Book and Boss Lady were having a lovely conversation, and they cracked up because we got to talking about birthday cake, and I told them I don't eat birthday cake from anybody because when they blow the candles out, all I can think of is breath and spittle. So I don't eat birthday cake. I never have. But I'm not going to say that you're gross and disgusting and despicable and a low life. Oh, how could you eat birthday cake with somebody's? You may not have ever even thought about the fact that breath and spittle gets on the cake. You may have, might not have occurred to you. So why am I going to downgrade and low rate you for thinking differently than me? Judge not, lest you be judged. That's the whole thing. Ooh, let me go back to the comments. Hey, Sour Patch. I'm just running my mouth, y'all. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. People reciting their resumes, ain't that something? Whew, child, I ain't trying to hire you. Sounds like that is something that lady wanted to say. You know what, Miss T. Trisha? I'm so glad you said that because I say it all the time when I used to come. I used to say this to people all the time. like a couple, for instance, if they've eaten hamburgers and fries for 10 years and then all of a sudden this day they arguing about ketchup, they're not really arguing about ketchup. It is something deeper afoot that they need to deal with. That is just the thing that they use to go ahead. And that's another thing. Miss T. Tricia, I think you and I are in the same age range. Don't you know when a person, I'm being polite as I can, can't you tell when a person just don't want to like you? Can't you tell when a person is looking for a reason to dig at you and pick at you? Can't you tell that when the thing, all I said was hi, but something about my hi set you off, that you were looking for a reason to come at me? Am I right about it? And that's hands in the air. Don't you know when a person just don't like you or don't want to like you and they're looking for a reason? I don't eat cake that nobody blows out the candles either. Right, Carrie? I ain't mad at the people that do eat it. What's up, Vibrant? I'm not mad at the people that eat it. I'm just saying I can't do it. I can't do it. It's just certain things. I'm going to tell you something else. And my brother said, I would have never thought. I don't share toothpaste because when you swipe it across your toothbrush, you swiping across bristles that have been all over your plaque and everything else. I don't, some stuff you don't share, honey. And toothpaste is one of them. So, Carrie, if you are still in here, I need you to do me a favor, honey, and hit the link so I can see, is it working? I just had a slew, y'all didn't even see them, but I just had a slew of honey grands standing there. They cannot stand for me to give my time or energy to anything but them, but they got me messed up. That's why I came on early. I know I had this live schedule for a certain time, but I knew I had to come on and hit it while I had a minute because I would have never done it if I would have kept on waiting. If I get that feeling about someone, I make sure. I know that's right. Oop, the Baptist Bull Dagger. Rehab? What do you mean rehab? You need rehab, Baptist Bull Dagger? That is one hell of a name. That is one hell of a name. Okay. Well, let me know what you mean by rehab, honey. But yes, Miss T. Tricia, I'm trying to get better as I age. But one thing is for certain, people never have to worry or wonder if I like them or not. If I don't like you, you're not going to have to wonder about it. You'll know for sure. Because I don't have it in me to be fake. I just don't have that in my DNA. I don't even know how. And I don't even always have to be rude. I got fussed at by some family members because somebody that did some low down, crusty, crackety crap to me happened to come to the church where my family attends. And they walked up to me after church and reached out their hands for a hug. And I looked at them. And I leaned back. I was nice enough to extend my hand to shake their hand. But I'm not about to hug you. Why would I do that? We don't have to do this. I don't like you. You don't like me. And we don't have to pretend. Now, we don't have to be ugly, but hugging you, that's a bit too much. That's a bit too much. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? But there are some people that are not going to like you. Just the way you stand, the way you hold your mouth is going to tick them off, and they will find every other reason in the world. There are a couple of people, like I said, right here on YouTube. And one of them is my birthday twin, so I find it hilarious. She cannot stand me for no reason. Me and this person have never even had an interaction. And I know they can't stand me. I see the look on their face anytime my name is even in the chat. Cannot stand me for no reason. So I'm going to do one of two things. And in this case, since it's YouTube, I just make sure whenever they're around, I hit panels and don't be talking about nothing. Hey, girl, hey. That is so mean and ugly. Let me stop. Let me stop. Cheers, y'all. Baptist Bulldagger, is that what you mean by rehab? Girl, boy, stop. Oh, let me read this chat. Geez Louise, just move along. Some people don't know how cooling. Some people don't know how they want to be combative. And again, we talk about Jay Wilson, but I think he got all of us doing that. And again, Jay Wilson got all of us doing that. What up, Pastor? Hell, what was I about to say? Some people don't know how to move along. Oh God, if only, cheers, Sour Patch. If only they did. They get stuck and they don't know how to move on. And that's the problem. And they want to make it everybody else's problem. 2 minutes. All right, Carrie, got you. Colin. You do not have to keep speaking about a situation over and over, but cooling. Some people, that's all they have, is to speak about a situation over and over and over. And it's the whole look at me, hear me of it all. And it's asking you for verification. Okay. It might be, let me retype it. Let me try to, hold on, y'all. Hang on, y'all. Can y'all hear the rock and roll in the background? And yes, I listen to classic rock. Okay. Yeah. I put it in there again, Carrie. I don't know. You know, I always have a problem dropping my links. Y'all know I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I try. If anyone cares, Barbara. Yeah, Coolin. I just where was I at? I was in somebody's chat and I saw that. I care. That hurts. That hurts. She was a pioneer for a lot of people. She overcame a lot to get where she was. But of course, the younger generation, like they don't about a lot of things, they'll never understand it. They will never understand it. Is Shanice, is that link not working? I don't know. I tried, honey. If it ain't working, it ain't working. I don't know. Carrie was supposed to try to hit it for me to see was it working. In case anybody wanted to come up and share their thoughts or cuss me out or what have you. Y'all know I don't do this often. And I keep having to switch damn devices, and it's just a whole thing. Yeah, that whole thing. But I told the people that I was coming back. And so I try to stick to my word whenever I put it out there.
Hello? I
Boom,
don't
there
know
you
if
go.
I can hear you yet. My computer, I don't know why it's doing this. Okay. Oh, my goodness. No. I'm dropping back down because Shanice is going to be really, really mean to me. And
Uh-uh.
Crusty.
yes,
Oh
watch.
my.
I'm going
I
on.
gotta be nice. Set your ass down.
See, I told you she's mean as hell.
I'm
Why
not
you
mean. Stop.
to me, you
Stop.
are.
You gave me a hard time. You blocked me and then blocked me and timed me out and all that bull crap. So
Oh
yes, I'm
my
gonna give you a
goodness.
hard
I
time.
just timed you out last week.
Oh,
First of
A week,
all,
2 weeks.
you
it
shouldn't.
works, so I can get down.
Go ahead.
Hold
Go
on. Who's
ahead.
that?
Thank you, newbie, for allowing me on this your
Oh
platform
no, Carrie,
for
stay. You can stay.
Shanice
I'm not gonna
to
bother you.
fuss me out. No, okay.
I'm bothering Krusty right now.
Lord.
Let's talk about what happened though. Let's tell the
Okay.
truth.
Go ahead.
Cooley, don't run.
No, I'm not gonna run. I'm not running from you.
You timed me out and you had me blocked, ma'am. Let's tell the truth.
Sweet. Tell the truth when I timed you out. And this isn't just start 2 weeks ago when you got timed out. Come on now, Shanice.
Honey, you
When did it
timed me out. You took
start?
advantage. Are you
I
serious?
timed you. I did. I definitely timed you out 3 times 2 weeks ago. But we've been going back and forth for over a month now.
Well, it wasn't that big until you timed me out. And then a
Oh,
chat that I'm really at home at. Like Pettyville's where I've been
but
at.
see, I didn't
You
know that you
just
were not
came.
supposed to be timed out,
And I don't
which is
even want a
true.
mod stick. Everybody knows that. I don't want to be a mod.
Okay. I
I've
didn't
been
know that there
arguing
was
with
rules for.
Newbie about this mod stick and she
I
won't
didn't
tell
know
me
it was
nothing.
rules for you not to be timed out. I seen an
It's not
opportunity
no
and I
rules.
took it.
No, it's not no rules.
Yeah, it was a rule because they said it. Shanice is not to be timed out.
But no, it's
So
not
I
that.
didn't
But
know.
how you come in and then try to take over America?
How I'm trying to take over? How do you feel
Because
like I'm
you
trying to take
timed
over?
me out, not even knowing. If you didn't know that, then why you timed me out and you had me blocked, ma'am? That's what offended me.
Shanice, really? So you've been offended for 6 months and got timed out 2 weeks ago, and
No,
that's what you're going to
wait a
say
minute.
base this on?
Wait a minute. No, 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 no. We've been throwing shade at each other you
Right,
can say it
since
if you
since
want to say
March or
6 months.
April.
It ain't been no
Yeah,
six months, but
girl,
anyway,
since I've been to the beefing sector, we've been going back and
whatever,
forth.
whatever.
You're
I
not
did
keeping up with
Ali,
stuff.
I did Allah the same way. Okay, I do that
Okay.
to people, so don't take that. I ain't going hard on you. For you to time me out at home, I had a problem. You got
Okay.
lucky to get that mod stick. I don't want a mod stick. You
Wait
know
a
what I'm
minute.
saying?
I can listen, I can care less about a mind stick. I'm not
No,
lucky
you
to get a
cared
mind
enough
stick.
because you
Are you
timed me out.
serious?
No, you cared enough because you timed me out, and not only that, you got me blocked. You blocked me first, ma'am. So
I did, but that was
let's
when me
tell
and
the
Pizza
truth.
was into it. Yes, that was months ago.
We wasn't
I've
into
been
it. To
blocked
it.
you. I said
No,
me and
no,
Pizza.
no.
I said me
I
and
said
Pizza was into it. And
okay,
y'all was trolling me. Everybody was trolling me. I was trolling y'all.
okay,
And then I just got enough of it. I had like 50 of y'all blocked. All of them damn intels over there. I had them all blocked.
okay.
I just didn't never unblock you because once I did get the mod stick, I could still see your comments. And you still be, you know what I'm saying, dragging me through the comments. So I'm like, okay,
I
well, I
do
just leave her blocked. And
because
that's
I'm
fine.
tired of your ass. You
Okay.
once you
But how do
time
you
me
feel like I'm
out,
trying to take over?
I'm not saying you trying to. You can't take over, honey. It's over.
But you definitely said that I came in trying to take over America. You just said that.
I said that because the way you timed me out and you got me blocked. That was some sucker shit, baby. You gotta agree with that. That was some
Sweetheart,
sucker shit. You tie me out. Listen, you tie
You
me
can
out. You
see
block
me
me
in
first.
Brianna's chat because I
Only
have a
reason why
wrench there.
you getting blocked now because and all your extra accounts you got is blocked because bitch you blocked me first. I ain't did nothing to
Okay.
you. I talk shit like everybody else do. You got
Okay.
offended.
I didn't say you did anything to me.
Okay, I'm pointing out the obvious. That's all. And I don't
And the
want you to
reason I
feel
was
like
just
I don't
gonna
have
drop
no hard
down is
feelings
because I didn't
against
want
you.
to argue. Yeah, I didn't want it to escalate into something else.
Yeah, I
You know,
don't have no hard
yeah, 'cause
feelings.
it's not
I don't
that
even know
serious for
you,
me.
ma'am. But
Right.
you like, and then you come with like 100 different pages. I gotta block them motherfuckers too because I'm petty. But you block me, bitch. I'm gonna block everything I see
Y'all
about
ain't
you.
never seen half of my pages, sweetheart. I don't have to come with every page that I have. The only reason y'all know I have multiple
You got a
pages is
lot.
because I
I got
said it.
one. Okay.
Hello, everyone. Excuse me.
Hey,
What was
Hi,
that?
newbie. It's me,
Hey,
I was just
T-Trisha.
testing a link, newbie.
I was just testing the link. I didn't realize everybody was up here.
Oh, I'm sorry, teachers. I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. And this raggedy phone is dying. I just wanted to make sure I could be heard and could
No,
click
we
the
hear you,
link.
baby.
You can
Go
hear me.
ahead. You lucky that teacher's talking because that calmed us down. That's her angel. At first,
Oh
I thought it was Toya.
well, good to see you,
no. Oh my!
Mr.
I don't even know
Cooper.
what.
Thank you so
I'm sorry.
much
Wait a
for
minute.
joining.
I don't know what I just did. Wait a minute.
I can
No,
still hear you.
well, I'm gonna drop down because I'm supposed to be modding, and I don't like to mod, but newbie won't let me go. So
I sure
I'll see
won't.
y'all in the
I
chat.
sure won't. I'm getting my wooden spoon, Shawnice. You just, ooh, child. But
I
okay.
know, I know.
Love you, boo.
I love you more. Talk to you later, Krusty. Bye.
Y'all a mess. A mess. Carrie.
Girl, I'm in the back eating.
That's okay.
Hey, UB. Hey, everyone.
I'm just trying. I'm amazed
I'll
that
be,
things.
I'll be, I'm new biology. I'll be in and out because I'm eating while I listen. So
Okay, go
I'll be
ahead.
in and
I'm
out.
so happy that I could actually get some stuff done here. Y'all know I don't know what I'm doing. I feel so grown right now. Thank y'all. Coolin, you wasn't wild up. Coolin said I was not wild up and I'm not bothered. I heard that. Well, you welcome to Hey 504. Coolin, you welcome to come back up if you want. I don't, child, we don't pick. Shanice, that's my baby. That's why I made her my, because she get fussed at everywhere she go. But Shanice knows she be acting up. She knows she be cutting up. But that's my baby, and I'm gonna keep her long as she stays. But I'm gonna let her woo bang and fight her own battle. See how that works? See how it works? I don't do the whole protect. I was so concerned about a moderator that, and I love that person, but they like, I take my job seriously and I'm gonna fight for the people I moderate for. Honey, not me. I'm sorry. Fight your own damn battles. Now I support who I support. I like who I like, but I'm not getting in the middle of anybody else's fight. Y'all grown out here. Do what it do. Woo bang it out. I'll bring band-aids after it's over with and clean the blood off your face, but I'm not fighting for anybody. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. I don't care if y'all think I'm wrong. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it because too often people are out here fighting, scratching, and carrying on, and then people try to take a form and then they make back up. So where does that leave all of the people that ran in and jumped in the damn fight? Where do that leave them? In the middle of the street looking foolish. So I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't choose sides. Half of the people, honestly, Carrie can attest to it when she swallowed and come back. That sounds a lot nastier, Carrie, than I meant to. But Carrie's eating, so she gonna be in and out. But when she come back, she can tell you.
Ooh, girl.
There are people. I'm Carrie's moderator. It's a lot of people that she don't get along with, and I visit their channels and I speak. Again, I'll say it a million times. My thing most of the time is a wavy hand, a heart, and a smiley emoji, and I'll keep it moving. But Me and Carrie have not had one conversation about where I go, whose channels I drop down in, or any other thing. And one of the people, if I'm not mistaken, they're the the meat of their falling out happened on my channel. Like I think it was some there was a riff that I didn't know anything about, but it like came to fruition on one of my lives a long time ago. But I don't get in it. I support who I support. And I think that that's how it should be. But a lot of people don't see it that way. Again, I'm going to say it and I'm going to keep saying it. Do you know how many people don't like me because me and James are cool? And I say that because he's one of the main people. Like the first time that I was blindsidedly attacked, it was because of him. And it didn't just happen one time. Every time almost James falls out with somebody or has some hot shit to say about somebody, those people quit fumbling with me. Like, I'm not in it. That's y'all's thing, but it is what it is. Judge not, lest ye be judged. I keep saying it. Okay, Carrie, you got the mic. You done eating?
Actually, I just started when I heard you say click the link. I'm having like a really bad headache, so I decided to get something to eat. I guess the salads that I've been crunching on all day, it's not working,
Okay.
so I had to get something hot to eat. Yeah, I agree with you. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
I agree with you, and that's the stance that I took, and I still continue to take. When people are having their fights and stuff, don't take sides if you don't need to. It depends on what the situation is. Don't take sides because whenever there are gonna be times when those same people you were fighting for a CC or somebody else, they're gonna make up, and you're gonna look like the dumb one out on the outskirts. So it's best if you don't get into people's arguments. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
And there
better.
have
It's better
also
that
been
way.
times when people that I openly support fall out with somebody, and that somebody has come and just out of the blue started loving on me super hard, as if I don't know you speaking to me just to see am I going to speak back to you because you're trying to figure out whose side I choose. Nobody's. I'll speak, hey girl, hey, but I'm not doing any more than I was doing before because I don't have to pick sides, and that's ridiculous. And my friend said it, and I will say the same thing. If you feel like you have to choose sides between me and somebody else, let me help you out. Choose them. Because if that's your mindset, don't away from me. Just I don't need that. I don't need that. Because it's not always gonna be a can't we all get along situation. But I don't need the person that's looking to choose sides. On the opposite side of that same coin though, Carrie, there are some people who I don't fool with when I see them fall out with other people. It's not that they fell out with somebody I like, it's the way that the reason that they fell out. If I see the way you treat somebody you call your friend, somebody that you love so much, and I see how you treat them, I don't want to be around you. So it's not necessarily that you came against one of my faves. It's the way you move. It's the way that you treat people, period. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So it's just a whole lot that goes on down to these YouTube streets. But like I said in an earlier live, people that take YouTube too seriously, I can't take them seriously because there are plenty of buttons. There's this one. See, you can't see me. And there's a button right next to that one that says "in." And if I'm in your video, there's another one that says "bye bye." I don't have to be here. You know, I'm not here to tell people how to live their lives or what to do unless they
Yeah,
ask.
and
Now, if
I've
you
been
ask
hitting
my advice
the.
or my opinion, I'll
I've
tell you.
been. I'm sorry. I've been
Go ahead.
hitting the unsubscribe button a lot these days too. And when it's time to step back, you can do that too. When you think,
Yeah.
it's a little bit too much for you, you can step back. I've also noticed there are some people I've never seen in chats before. And
Mm-hmm.
when I did the math, I get to find out that people who I mod for or modded for is the reason why these people had me blocked. You know?
Mm,
And then I
mm-hmm.
noticed people who I couldn't see before when there was a falling out with me and somebody else, with myself and somebody else. Now I can see them. You
Mm,
see, I can see it. You see the trend. You see everything. And
right,
it's weird. And people tend to move in cliques on here, even though they say they don't. They
right.
actually do. So they have to make their decisions based on the masses or the group they're a part of.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'll be right
And
back. I'm still eating.
I have never blocked anybody thus far. Let me say that. I've never blocked anybody except like, the porn sites and whatnot. I've never blocked anybody. And I was appalled. The first time I realized I was blocked by somebody, I said, wow, me? But people have their reasons, and I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them, and I'm done asking questions. I've extended all the olive branches that I'm going to extend, and I'm just going to let people be who they are and think what they want to think and like who they want to like, and that's it. My conscience is clear.
And remind yourself that these are strangers at the end of the day. So
Exactly.
you'll never see them. It's all your phone or your whatever device you're using. Once you turn that off, you won't see them. You won't hear
Hmm.
them. You go back to your regular life. So it's not that serious sometimes. I don't know.
Right.
It just isn't.
And that is the thing that lets you know, and again, not judging, but you can really tell who has a life outside of this space and who does not. And I say it all the time, Carrie, you know I do. If this is all they have, then by gosh,
They
let
don't
them
have a
have it.
lot.
But I don't need validation from YouTube. And I've met some really groovy people over here. And I've even established some friendships that I think will endure right off of YouTube. Okay. But I don't come here for validation. I don't come here to feel loved. I don't come here for attention or any of the things. Because when I need that, I
Right.
don't know if y'all can see the little person that just walked behind.
Okay.
But if I need love, it's right there.
Yeah,
If
you
I
know where to
need
get it.
good love, it's
Ooh.
in the back.
Ooh. I can't even laugh. My head hurts. Give me a second.
And again, I'm not crapping on anybody. If YouTube is all you have, then God bless you. And I hope that it works out for you. I don't the people that get under my skin is not somebody who lives in a house that's the size of a bread box. It's the person who lives in a house the size of a bread box and chooses to downgrade and talk about everybody else. We all started from somewhere. We all come from somewhere. We all have habits we want to get rid of, and we have things in our life that could stand to be improved upon. But I'm going to keep saying it because that was the subject of my live judgment. Judge not, lest ye be judged, meaning judge with fair judgment. I don't get people who drag and dog and talk about people for doing the same damn thing that they're doing, as if we all don't see it. Like, what are we? I don't know. It's just a lot of bad acting. No, let me take a sip.
Not really, Shawnee's. I just came to. She's wanting to chat the thing, so that's what I came up for. And because I'm having my headache and I'm trying to deal with it, making sure I get. I'm actually eating soup, and it's hot. So No, I didn't think so because I wouldn't respond to be honest. Because the last time I came on here, girl, you remember what happened the last? I can't laugh. My head hurts. But I'm saying the last time I came on this here panel, we know what happened.
That was not your
Okay.
fault. And
And
you were more of a help to me that night because I think that was absolutely the first time that people hit the panel and it just went everywhere. And you were kind
oh
of my
yeah.
liaison because I was sitting here confused, like, what the hell just happened? And you just kept saying, Nubi, just watch.
I was trying to keep it calm, keep it cute.
You and
Yeah.
a couple of things that you were saying to me, and I knew what you were talking about. You were talking about somebody that was actually on my panel, and somebody
Mhm.
who was in the clouds
Thought it
thought
was
we were
them.
talking about them.
Yeah. And of course, the
Exactly
followers believe her too. It's
right.
weird. I don't really care. So I was talking about people on the panel, and of
Hmm.
course, people wanted to, be angry. That's the only thing they know. So they came down to do that. It just
Yep,
is what it is. It is what it is, girl.
it is.
I'm muting again while I cool my food down. Hope I'm not annoying you guys, but I really am eating. But I'm
No,
keeping her company up here, so I'm eating and I'm
you are
coming
matter
in
of
when I
fact, let
hear
me
her.
take a bite. I'll eat on camera in case anybody want to get a screenshot and have me all on they post. Mm, pasta salad. Oh, so good. Yes, sir.
I've been eating salads all day, thinking, because I'm trying to lose some weight, drinking
You
salad
need me to
and
pull
water.
out the pasta salad
It's
that I
just not
made?
working for me.
Oh, okay.
So this is where this huge migraine headache is coming from. I needed something with substance, apparently.
Terry, I think I got most of what you said. My son was call himself reprimanding me about some pasta salad that I made. But I don't diet the typical way that people diet because let me be very clear. This works for my body, so I don't want to lead anybody wrong. But I eat in moderation what the hell I want to eat, as long as I'm active and moving and keeping my body going. Because when you deny yourself, you end up overeating, and when you starve yourself, your body stores all the fat because it don't know when you're going to feed it again. So
Yeah.
you hear about people going on a diet and they gain weight. That's because you start starving yourself and your body starts storing
Mm-hmm.
all of the unhealthy fat.
I've heard of that.
Right. So
Yeah.
I figure eat what you want to eat as long as you exercise, and movement to me is more important. Of course, in moderation. I mean, you just can't eat 90,000 cupcakes a day and think you're going to lose weight, but eat in moderation. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lower your portion control is good.
Yeah, I've been
And
working on that for the past 2 weeks, portion control. Yeah.
right. And drink plenty of water. If you can push that water, that's your miracle drug, miracle cure right there. Water. Push it.
I
And then once you break through, if you can just drink enough, your body will start craving it. You will look at Kool-Aid, juice, soda, like, ooh, I don't want that. I could be drinking water because your body starts craving it. And that's your miracle right there. It's good for your skin, for your hair, for your nails, all of the things. So yeah, I don't um I don't diet in the typical sense of, because right now my Mister been laughing at me because I got this extra, like I want to lose about 15 pounds to get back down into
Girl,
my clothes.
please. Where's the weight? Where did it
Period.
go? Because I don't
People
see it.
say that, but I know how I want to look. You understand?
Yeah.
and I know how I want my
I,
clothes to fit.
I'm not necessarily dieting. I just decided today that I wanted to do like fruits and nuts. So I started off with fruits. So I was just eating salad throughout the day when I felt peckish. So I'm not necessarily a diet. I'm just trying to eat different. And I didn't really
Hmm.
want to like eat anything like really heavy today. So that's how that went. Well, apparently my body didn't want that. So
Right.
it's attacking me. At what hour of the night is it? So I have to deal with it. But I do I agree with you when it comes to drinking more water. It really does do a wealth of a difference on your body.
Right.
So I agree with that one.
Water is getting thin. I've never been a big meat eater, and I'm trying to eat less and less, and you honestly feel the difference. That meat will weigh you down. But I get the people that cannot give it up completely because I'm one of them. I want a steak from time to time. I'm not a pork eater at all. So that has never been an issue, but I want me a steak from time to time. So I get it, but you feel the difference when you go without meat for a while. You honestly do feel the difference. So I think everything is okay, and even sugar, your sweets, because I get it's a certain time of the month, and most women can relate.
Oh yeah, sugar and cheese. That's my weakness. And it's for
Right.
chocolate or ice cream or something. It has to be a cheesy snack every month, guaranteed. So
Yep.
what I do know is what works for me is doing like a lot of nuts during that
Hmm.
time, a lot of raw peanuts and stuff. So that works for me. So
Okay.
I'm going back to that. I'm not giving into those craves because it's not helping me in any way, shape, or form at all.
Right. So that's my kind of cheat time when I go ahead and indulge and let myself have sweets because I know it's coming and I know it's going to drive me up the wall. But for the rest of the month, I try to stay away. And if I get a craving for sweets, I try to grab fruit or, raisins, which people say that's a fruit. That little dry sucker, I just can't call it a fruit. I'm sorry. But, I grab it when necessary. And so you just have to do what you have to do.
But isn't
And
it dried fruits though? Raisins? I don't eat it, but
it's dried
I'm just
grapes
asking.
and
Yeah.
prunes are dried plums.
Okay. Hope I'm
But
not
once they
smacking
are
you the
shrunk
same
up and
fruit.
dehydrated and disgusting, not disgusting because I eat them, but I just can't call that a fruit. It's a damn raisin. But yeah, it's still healthier than, the chocolate bar this big that I would eat normally. So,
What made you decide to do this topic tonight? Maybe.
um, about judgment,
Mm-hmm.
I've actually been thinking about it for a while, all the way back to when the whole OG panel situation was going on, and like 50,000 different um, lives popped up above the OG panel. And I only had one question through the whole thing. And I could never get an answer to it, which I don't know if the people who just didn't see my comment in their chat, because the chats were moving pretty fast. And I was wondering what solidifies one being an OG? Is it just longevity? Is it your age? What is it? What makes you consider yourself or another person an OG? And so I just kind of had to lean to in Newbieville, my I always have to go back to my life experiences because I don't know all of the ins and outs of YouTube and what people and how stuff go. I don't. And so I go back to that. And for me, an OG is because of course we went through this whole thing where the G in OG stands for gangster or gangsta. but we kind of got away. It became a euphemism, and we got away from the gangster part. Okay, so in its classical sense, so an OG to me is a master of their craft, whatever that craft is. They're a master and of that, and they've been at it for a minute. They've taught people under them, and whether they retire or just decide to stop, if an OG put their foot, if they go away for 10 years and put their foot back in, it's like they never left. Their name still carries weight. To me, that's what an OG is. It's not because of your age. It's not because you're old. It's not because you've been around since the beginning, because some people been around since the beginning, but there has-beens. I'm sorry.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
You got has-beens, and you got the hangers-on, and you got the hype men on the side who were sitting next to an OG, but never really mastered their craft. But you know their name because they was always sitting there next to, like Puffy and Mace. You knew who Mace was because he was always on Puffy's videos doing this. But what did he ever do on his own? So you got your hype man. You got your has-beens. And you got your hangers on. The ride-alongs who just kind of been there. They've been there, they know the stuff, but they never made a big splash of their own. And again, I'm not judging. Everybody got their place. I was just wondering in the beef sector, because that's what I think that it was, beef sector OGs, what makes you an OG?
And who decides who is an OG? That's the next thing.
And who decides who's an OG?
So, what makes you an OG? What are the prerequisites? What do you need to what boxes do I need to check to say okay, you're an OG?
Mm-hmm.
And who decides who is an OG? Who are the persons who come up with the
Right.
categories? I don't know. But I didn't watch it. I didn't get into it because at the end of the day, it may be good for some people because it may be a way for them to go walk down memory lane, or for those who are new to the sector, they can understand what was happening before they came in. So I can see
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, there's not much for you to accomplish in this sector. There's not
And that
much.
there was one person, Lord bless their heart, and I like this person. A lot of people have a lot to say, but I've always liked this person. I always had a heart for them. I always thought they were really sweet. But they were running around from panel to panel saying, "Am I OG? Do you think I'm an OG? And am I OG?" And finally, somebody, thank the Lord, said that they were an OG. And I'm thinking, okay, now that you got the title, what's
What
the
next?
prize? What now? What? And that goes back to what I said earlier. The people, again, Carrie, Lord have mercy. If this is all they have, then God love them. Let them have it. I'm just glad that I can do this and still have a life and still feel valid and still be who the hell I am. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. And people will make big or small out of what they choose to. Wasn't that you and I that were having a conversation about the word scotoma, meaning that the mind sees what it wants to see? And underneath that falls the category of, and I said it earlier, I think in this live, I said it earlier, right and wrong often comes down to who we like and
Yep.
who we don't like.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because
It
our
is.
faith can do a thing and it's yay you. And I know that's right. And girl, I would have, but then somebody we don't like do the same damn thing and get written for weeks. They're so
Yep.
wrong. and so
That
good
is
to the
why I
good.
mentioned that earlier on in the chat. I say, it depends on who it is.
Hmm.
You know, it two people may be doing the same thing, the exact thing, you know,
Right.
and it depends. People get judged differently. And if the two people are doing the same thing, but it depends on who they are. It
Hmm.
depends on who they are. You'll be judged differently, as opposed to the other person they like. You know, well, it depends if they like you or not. So I don't know. It's a weird.
It's,
I don't know.
it's a weird
I don't know
dynamic
how
that
long.
we have going on over here because I listen to people that this person is deplorable and they're stupid and they're beneath me and they're despicable,
But
but you
why are
know
you
every move that
associating
they make.
yourself with them?
I don't get that. The one time that I can think of that just stands out when I don't know if thinking I was better than somebody is the right term, but certainly when I felt like I had arrived, honey, is when I got my first little apartment and I was in college, baby doll. I was so on my grown and sexy, and them little teenage girls couldn't tell me nothing, baby. Here I am. Ah! And you know what I didn't do, Carrie? I didn't go to the high school hanging around them girls. They were beneath
Right.
me. They didn't know as much as I knew. They couldn't even buy alcohol for crying out loud. Y'all can't get in the club. I can. I didn't go hang around them. They were beneath me.
Right. So if people are beneath
What
you
I'm
and
saying.
your people are beneath you, why do you still associate yourself with them? What is it that they're giving to you even though they're beneath you? Why do you still go hang around people who are beneath you, who are less than, who are deplorable, who can't walk in a mile in your shoe, who you think are doing the most god awful things on here? You should be associating with yourself with people who are of higher standards then, who may have accomplished more or can get you
Is that a
into
rhetorical question that you're asking right now?
come again.
Is that rhetorical? The question you're asking, is that rhetorical? Because I can tell
It
you
is
why they
actually.
do it.
But go ahead.
Because they're high minded. They want to appear high minded, but they're not on the level that they proclaim that they're on. Because if they were, they would be seeking people above their level so that they can continue to learn and grow and rise. But see, they find people who they think are less than, who don't know what they know, so they can be at the top
On
of
a
the hill.
pedestal, right? You
But
got it.
here's the
Smack
thing,
right. You are so right.
if I'm the queen of the fucking ant people, what am I really the queen of? I don't want to be in a room full of dummies because I can't learn in there and I can't grow. I want to seek out people who know more than me and I want to climb that mountain just to see if I can make it. You understand?
Exactly. I think you hit the nail right on the head. You hit the nail right on the head, girl. Why are you still down here? Because you can only be around the people who are down here to make you feel exalted, but
Mm-hmm.
you have the mind to say you're better than, but you're not associated with people who are in that better than category. You're not there with them, so you're down here with
Exactly.
us. It just is what it is. It's weird. And I'll just continue to take my own advice when I say it's entertainment purposes only. So I'll just watch from afar or watch whoever, but I am not getting into it at all. It's too much. It's too
Right.
much, and you're fighting sometimes, and well, at the end of the day, what exactly are you fighting for? What do you get at the end of the day? What's the prize? What is the prize?
Right.
What am I getting? And that
Mm.
is why I don't engage in too much of that, because I don't see it as something that's beneficial to me. And I'm just trying to make it through in life, feed myself, feed my family, do my thing, and move on. I can't let this be nope. I don't got nothing to prove on here. I don't got nothing to prove to a bunch of
Exactly.
strangers. I cannot. And I cannot. And worse, the same people who say they're better than, how do
Mm,
you still support people who talk down to you? How do you still support people who tell you that you're dumb? You need this, you need to find this, you need to do this. They point out your so-called flaws or the issues you have, and you still support them?
mm.
How does that work? They're literally telling you in your faces that you're dumb. You know, you make they t- they tell you in so many ways. They show it to you in so many ways. And it's like you love to be abused. You're loving the abuse and they continue to go back. I don't get it. And when they, you know what? Let me stop. I'll stop there. Let me go grab a bottle of water. I'll be right
Okay.
back.
But I can tell, I can answer. I mean, I don't know everything, but I wish Demetra was here. But I know what I know. And I watch people and they see what they want to see. And in some respects, I was going to say we have all been, but I'm just going to speak for me, myself, and Irene. Um, there have been times I allowed myself to believe things because it was just easier. I let myself see what I wanted to see because reality was too hard to deal with. I just didn't want it to be that at the time. But when you grow and when you bang your head enough times, you learn to see shit for what it is. Maya Angelou's um, quote that people love to quote: when people show you who they are, believe them. But they
Believe
just
them.
lost that ending. She said, believe them the first time. I don't need you to hit me over my head with a skillet 6, 7 times before I believe that you're fucking abusive, okay? Believe them the first time. The first time. And it's a hard balance because it's not to say that good people don't do bad things sometimes. We've all been there. But I try people the same as a court of law. The court of law tries you for intent. What was your state of mind when you done the thing that you done? Why did you do it? It's why premeditated murder holds more time than spontaneous murder. Because if you had time to sit and plot and plan and think, whatever had you shook, you had time to calm down and you still
Change your
premeditated.
mind.
Yeah, you had time to change your mind and you didn't. So you're just the whole fool, is how the court looks at it. And that's how I try people in my actual life. I look at your intent. Why did you do this thing? I know
My
what you and Lord
my
have
mom
mercy. I
doesn't
think
like
I
me
said
saying
it
that, and
a
you'll be
couple of
honest.
times
My
during this
mom doesn't
program.
like me saying that. She's like, "Oh, you should forgive and forget," and I'm like, "No, that person sat and they thought about it. They thought about what they were gonna do, how they were gonna do it, when they were gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
So when they do it and I get upset and I speak to them about it and show them who they are, why should I then, if they decide to apologize, that okay, it's okay? No, you premeditated it. You wanted to hurt me. You want, well, not literally, because it's a whole different thing where I'm from, but you wanted to inflict some type of pain or something on me. So you sat and you thought about it, and you could have also, the same time you were there thinking about what you were going to do, you could have come to me. You could have said something. You could have said what you were thinking. Something. But you decided to, go that road, and I'm going to go there with you. I don't have to come with you. Once you've shown me who you are and showed me that this is what you're capable of, I
Right.
can't hang around you anymore, because then that means I'm going to have to keep looking out, because you may do it another time. Something else may come
Mm-hmm.
up and you might decide that you want to do it again. And it may be even harsher. You may actually really hurt me this time. So I'm not for it. I can't do it. And my mom thinks, oh, you can't live like that, Carrie. You can't be. And I'm like, no, I can. I
Now I'm
can.
going to agree with mom up to the place where she says, forgive. Forget? No. Please remember. Please remember and be mindful. Forgive? Yes. Forget? Not so much. Not so much. And sometimes it's hard to differentiate between the two because I used to hate it when I heard people say, forgiveness is for, it's not for a person, it's
Oh,
for
hell
you.
no.
That used to bug the crud out of
Mm-mm.
me.
I don't ascribe to
But
that one. I'm sorry.
Carrie, I promise you, and when you get there, you'll get there. Nobody can force it because I had to get there when I got there. But when you hold vengeance and hatefulness and unforgiveness in your heart, it is literally like drinking poison, waiting for the other person to die. It's only eating at
But for some
you.
people, they look at it as they're protecting their energy. They don't
Mm.
think of it as, oh, I'm holding this thing in my heart for this person. They may be just saying to themselves, you know what? I see some toxic energy over there, and I'm saving myself. I'm protecting my energy, so I'm going to stay away from this person. So some people don't look at it that type of way, where, oh, we need to forgive, but don't forget or forgive persons, but whatever. But it may just be a case where you know that this is just how the person is. You can't help it. You can't change it.
Forgive does not mean keep fucking with. And
Yeah,
that's where people get
I
it
much
mixed
prefer
up.
not to talk to you.
And you can
Shit.
forgive and do that. Forgive does not mean everything is good and we're going back to how we used to be. Forgive just means I've let go of that thing. I'm not going to hate. I'm not going to become bitter. But you still don't have to fuck with the person that you forgave.
Do
You
you have
don't.
to talk to the person you're forgiving? That's the
No,
next question.
no,
You can stay from
absolutely
afar. I'm done.
not.
It's
Goodbye.
okay.
Because you
You
have to
keep your
protect
corner,
you.
I keep mine, and we'll be good.
Yeah. Don't be no fool. For see, I think that that's where myself included, where we get hung up on the forgiveness. Because what the fuck you? I'm not getting ready to be friends with her. That, but you don't have to. That just means you've woosah'd. You're not planning vengeance. You're not letting this person walk in a room and change your whole mood. That's where forgiveness is. It don't mean you have to keep fumbling with the same person because like I'm not going like you missed me with the first bullet. I'm not going to provide you with six more bullets to shoot at me with. You might hit me the next time.
Exactly.
That so I get that's see people have to get a full understanding of what forgiveness is. It don't mean that in some cases, depending on the offense, okay, and your intent behind the thing that offended me, it may be to the point where, yeah, I can excuse that. I understand that. We can move on from there. Today is a new day. But if you're a repeat offender and this is just your behavior, I don't have to keep putting myself in harm's way. Okay. Forgiveness can mean turning your back and moving on. Okay. So just understand that. And I'm going to do to that. You still in here, whatever your name
Yeah.
was, this is I needed rehab.
Listen, I'm planning on getting drunk tomorrow. Well, tonight for the new year. I want something. I don't know. I'm not a drinker, so I need something light. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna go grab at the store tomorrow. I want to ring in the New Year's drunk. I don't know why. For some odd reason, I'm gonna be celebrating. I want to feel that. I want to feel a hit of alcohol. Okay,
I ain't mad at
so
you. Did you do the
yeah.
Black Eyed Peas for New Year's?
That's not a part of my culture, so I can't. I don't know how to
I don't even know
relate.
where I picked up that tradition from.
I don't even. What's the purpose? Can you tell me what it means or what's the reason? Because I don't understand
Can
it.
somebody in the chat tell us where that originated from and what it means? Because I do it, but I don't even know why.
Did you see your mom doing it? How? I don't get it. Maybe somebody could help me in the chat because I don't see the chat moving. But you guys, do you do black eyed peas? Because I heard, who did I hear talking about it today? Was it the Miss O and somebody else talking about black eyed peas and something about a male having to be in the home or something like that? I'm not sure. I don't know how it goes. I don't know the reason for it. Is there a specific reason why black eyed peas is prepared for the new year? Does anybody know? Help me, enlighten me, because I don't know.
Yeah, help us out because I don't know either, and I don't even do traditional American holidays, Carrie. So I don't know where I picked up that black eyed peas.
Let's see who knows in the chat, because I'm not even joking. Or I'll just go grab my phone and research.
For good luck,
Sour
health,
Patch
and
says for
abundance.
good luck, health, and abundance.
Okay.
So,
Now,
so
while we're waiting, Carrie, while we're waiting on if anybody else has another answer for that, Sour Patch, thank you. But if anybody else has another answer while we're waiting on it, let me tell y'all a short story about meatloaf. Hmm. There was a woman teaching her daughter to make meatloaf, and she told her daughter, "You have to cut both ends off of the meatloaf." And the daughter asked her, "Why do you do that?" She said, "Because my mother done it that way." So they called mother and asked her, "Why do you cut the end? Why do we have to cut both ends off the meatloaf?" And she said, "I don't know. Grandma done it that way." So they called grandma and they asked grandma, "Why do we have to cut both ends off the meatloaf before we serve it?" And grandma said, "Oh, because the pan that I cooked it in was longer than my serving dish. So I cut the ends off so that it would stick."
so okay. So some traditions you gotta question them. You don't. Oh, that's a funny one. That's a
Right.
good one. That's a really good one. So you don't have to follow traditions blindly. I guess that's the moral of the story. You can ask
Exactly.
questions. You don't
Exactly.
have to follow all traditions blindly. You never know.
Right.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Ooh, I saw my mommy do it, so let me do it. And of
Right.
course, generations after generation follow, and they don't know the true meaning behind it or the reason for it.
Right.
I'm seeing some other people are telling the reasons for it. So apart from good luck, oh, they're a form of fortune, good luck. The fish is for fertility, and the black-eyed peas is for good luck. The greens is for money. Okay. Oh
Mhm.
Lord, who is this in the chat? Let me don't put it up on the screen, newbie.
I'm trying to see what are you seeing that I'm not seeing?
There's a name in the chat that says duffel bag of something. Don't put it on the screen.
I don't see it.
You don't? Are you looking from StreamYard?
I'm looking on my other device.
Child. Uh-uh. Ooh, that's an interesting name, but I'm not gonna do anything with it. I'll leave it right there.
Okay. I'm looking on StreamYard now. I see it. That's an interesting name.
Oh
Wow.
Lord, that's an interesting name. Okay. A very interesting name. Okay. Sour Pat says, in my family, sweeping over some feet with a broom is bad luck. I've heard that. And last night I was cleaning up and I'm hearing, don't you know you're not supposed to sweep in the night? And I'm like, excuse me, if the house is dirty, I am cleaning it. Oh, you're gonna be sweeping out your good luck and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not going to bed with the house unclean, so I guess we
Okay.
don't have any luck in the morning. Because you're not
Gary,
supposed to
I
go
need
to
you to
your.
hold me down for a minute. I gotta go play bartender.
Okay. So I don't know. I don't know if I can follow most of these traditions or superstitions. I don't know. It's not for me. I've heard about not sweeping at night. I've heard about making sure the broom doesn't go over somebody's feet because it'll cause bad luck. I have heard all sorts of stuff. And how do you know which one to believe? Duffel bag says I'm supposed to stop snitching. Okay, but that name right there, I'm hoping you're not planning on doing anything to, hurt her channel. You know, that's all. That's all I'm thinking. I'm modding, even though I'm on the panel, because you have to think about the. You gotta think about the channel holder. Okay, so please be nice. Duffel bag full of that word. Okay. Oh Lord, the troll names. So I also Googled it, and I'm thinking based on the article that I opened that it's mostly a southern thing why people eat black-eyed peas and collard greens. So do you guys eat collard greens also? Let me know. So apparently it is one of the longest held traditions, as you guys say, because it came from some mystical or mythical. Hold on. If you get water all your blouses. Hold on. Let me read this. If you get water on all your blouses when washing dishes, man means you will marry an alcoholic. What? So that's another one of those shit. So you're gonna tell me I'm washing the dishes and I put and water splashes on my blouse. I am gonna marry someone who's an alcoholic. That is crazy. So this here is saying that the black eyed peas is associated with some mystical and mythical power to bring good luck. So you guys are right about
Mm.
it bringing good luck. And the collard greens is supposedly something that ensures that you're prosperous for the rest of the year, for the new year that is.
Oh wow.
So that's interesting. But I'm just thinking to myself, so when you eat black eyed peas and greens during the year, what happens? That I'm just thinking. If I ate it last week or the week before, what does it mean?
You're right.
I don't know. It's just a thought. But I don't follow traditions blindly, and I guess that is why I don't celebrate some of the things. I'll celebrate my birthday. I'll celebrate maybe, my country's emancipation or those types of things, but I don't get caught up in certain types of festivities. It's just not for me. It ain't my thing. I'm
Mm-mm.
sorry.
I get reprimanded often for not celebrating Christmas. I don't at all. I get called the Grinch and all manner of things. I don't celebrate Christmas.
I saw your Grinch pic. I saw that Grinch pic. You're the Grinch that you stole Christmas, girl. Each time I
Everybody's
laugh,
Christmas
my head hurts.
time.
Oh,
Get
I'm
on out
still
of here.
having this slight
And
headache.
then for the times that I did kind of sort of celebrate, because my parents, like my father's birthday was New Year's Eve, and my mother's birthday is 4th of July. So I have like the biggest holiday parents you ever. Oh, they just used to go all out for holidays. It was just never my thing. But to appease them, when I first became an adult and had my own little place, I would try to celebrate Christmas a little bit. But even when I did, I wouldn't go for the whole Santa Claus thing. That I never understood on any level,
And I
especially
never
for black
will.
people. And I'm not crapping on white people, but I'm just talking about us right now. You work your toes to the bone to buy your kids Christmas gifts, and then you give the credit to an overweight white man. I don't understand.
You give the credit to somebody they don't see, some fictitious person. And for a fact you had to do all that overtime. You had to be, doing all of those things to help, get certain things for your children. And you're going to tell me that you're going to say Santa Claus brought that shit? So
I
they'll
never
grow up
understood that.
thinking when they get expensive stuff, they should only wait until, when Santa Claus can take that to them. You got to be realistic. Teach your children to live in reality. I'm sorry.
Right.
I am sorry. I'm not knocking anybody who celebrates. Let me put that part in because you know how
Right.
people are. It's just a difference of opinion, a different view on life. How many people right now are broke after shopping like crazy to make sure they
Mhm.
wow somebody in their family or a friend or somebody with gifts. Okay, what's
And I
going on
had a
with you right
family
now?
member in particular, Carrie, that called me cruel. First, her joke was, "You don't want to celebrate Christmas because you got too many kids." Like, horror, my children have more than the average child on any given day, not just one special day of the year. So that wasn't it. The money wasn't an issue. I just believed differently from how she believed. Then she went to say that, well, that's cruel that you won't let your kids get gifts and all that whole thing. This family member I watched go into debt to buy gifts for Christmas that were destroyed, broken, and discarded by New Year's. I've seen her still paying off gifts in mid spring on her credit cards that she bought for Christmas, and the kids tore them up by that point. But I'm cruel.
Wow.
So I told her, you know what? You're right. That might be a little cruel. So I'll tell you what, next year, so that my children don't have to suffer from my cruelness, if you buy them gifts, I'll accept them. I'll let them take the gifts. We never had a conversation about Christmas again after that. It didn't seem so cruel.
Oh Lord, the words they use during this time. You're the worst person if you don't agree. If you don't see things the way they do. You are the worst person. You are the worst human being, actually. I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm moving around.
And that's my thing. Everything. It's funny how everything that we talk about comes back to um,
I'm sorry.
I wish somebody would have done something. I don't like to keep all over you, but I'm gonna go ahead and ask you something today. As your opinion, if you donate things to Christian today, would you rather give them, would you rather donate them to organizations where you never have to see them again, or give them to people that you know?
You gotta repeat that one for me.
When it comes to giving away your things, like you're doing spring cleaning and you're getting rid of clothes and house supplies and whatever, just stuff that you don't no longer need. Would you rather donate it to an organization where you never have to see it again, or give it to somebody that you know? Or does it not matter?
Ah, it matters to an extent. If I know people are like really needy, I'll give it to them directly. But sometimes some people don't appreciate stuff you give to them, especially if it's not brand new, or they want to be in certain fashions or stuff that whatever is in at the moment. So you may go and donate it to an organization with people who are truly in need, and they'll appreciate your stuff. They'll see value in your stuff more than the actual people who you are here worried about who is in your face. I've seen that before. Not with me though. I've seen that where
Mhm.
people are in. I had a story with this girl where I don't know if she may be watching, but I don't know. But I've seen an instance where she had a child for this guy. That
Mhm.
guy did not have shit. Oop. That guy did not have a dollar to give her when she had that baby. She didn't know
Mhm.
where the diapers were coming from or nothing.
Oh
And
wow.
I had to go through a lot to get stuff for her. And the audacity of that girl when I went to get some stuff to give to her, she's like, but this is not this and this and that. And she had a lot to say about some of the stuff, not all of it. And I'm saying to myself, this bitch does not have shit. You don't have nothing. You have zero. And I just came and I added 20 to what you have. And you have the nerve to be talking down on what you got. And most of the stuff were new, you know. But you don't have the money to buy the things. But you didn't appreciate, me getting stuff and also getting stuff from other people also to help you. You see
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So some
I
people can
do.
be really, really ungrateful and they don't understand. They
Right.
don't
And
they don't get
see,
it.
you said something that the last time I had this conversation, I was on a panel and I posed this question to a group of ladies, and I was later ridiculed and called every manner of imbecile and idiot and holding on to things and not being
What?
a cheerful giver because I said, now going into the conversation, I said, and I'll state it again, once I give you something, it is yours. It is no longer mine. I have no right to it, no authority over it, and I wouldn't dare tell you how to use it. But
Yeah.
if I happen to see what comes of said thing, it's going to kind of dictate how I move with you in the
Moving
future.
forward. Exactly. I get it.
I gave a person a bunch of two-piece women's business suits that were, and I didn't even say the brand because I'm not into brand. I like crap. I don't do labels because of the name. You will never see logos on my clothing, but I do like labels depending on how they fit, how they endure, and how they feel on my skin. Armani is one of my favorite brands. And I didn't say this when I talked about it before, but the goddamn suits were Armani, okay? And I no longer needed them. The person that I gave them to was being promoted to a higher position in their career where they could use business suits, women's suits. They were two-piece, you know what I mean? That whole thing. When I saw one, because this was somebody that I knew, and it just looked like she pulled it out of a hamper, didn't iron it, didn't take it to the cleaners, just pulled it. It was all wrinkled and frumpy and whatever. And I'm like, wow, okay. And then I saw another suit that I gave her, and it was on her bathroom floor as if she got out of it, dropped it on the floor, and the
Mm.
steam and the wetness from the bathroom, it was kind of mildewy. And I felt away. I felt away. And I said to myself, I have no right to these things anymore because once I gave it to them, they were hers to do what she wanted to do. If she wanted to throw bleach on them and set them on fire, it was her right to do that because they were hers. But I felt very unappreciated. And I told myself, I cannot give my things to people where I'm going to have to see them. I'm going to have to donate them to organizations, not Salvation Army or Goodwill, because I don't like the way they move, but there are women's show. There are all types of organizations you can donate your things to. I don't want to have to see my stuff again once I give it away. I just don't. That's it. That's all. That's what I said.
I can see what you mean. But you may definitely have people around you who would really appreciate it. But I get what you're saying. And if I was to see that, if I gave you something and I was to see that with the stuff on the floor or whatever, you weren't treating my stuff like, well, your stuff now, like you respected. I wouldn't even speak to you about it. I wouldn't say one thing. I wouldn't say why is that on the floor? Why is this? What? Nope, because it's yours. But at the
Right.
same time, I'll make a mental note if this woman or this person is ever in need again, do not come to me for anything because I'm not going to be giving it to you. I'm not giving you shit
Thank you.
because you showed me what I needed to see and that's it. That's all. So I get it. And they're the
I
ones who
got talked
sometimes
about
make
like
you
a junkyard dog for having that opinion
come again.
about when I choose to donate my things.
Sometimes your sound gets a little bit muffled.
I'm sorry. I think I just got a message coming through. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
But yeah, I got talked about like a junkyard dog for making that statement. which I really don't care, but it just brings me back to we are individuals. And because I would do this thing this way and you would do it that way, it doesn't make you stupid or me smart or vice versa. It just means we would handle that situation different.
Yeah.
And
I
that
get it.
that bugs me when people, I don't know, Carrie, that just bugs me. We're individuals, and everything does not, basic life, whatever, if we're going to be technical, comes down to right and wrong. But my right and your wrong don't have to be the same thing.
Yeah.
We are people, and it's a big old world, and it's a big ass gray area between right and wrong. People don't like to admit that, but it is.
Hmm.
It's a big ass gray area between right and wrong. What's right for you may not be right for me, and vice versa. And so that's what I'm saying. Just like I don't know, were you in here earlier when I was talking about my mom's friend talking to me like I was this big because I shut the bathroom door after I came out of it? But
I
she
don't
don't
think
do
I
it like
heard
that.
it.
Yeah, she
Mm-mm.
called me stupid and all type of things. That was one of the first times I wanted to disrespect my mother and cuss her the entire fuck out.
You're talking about when you were a child or when you were older?
I was a teenager.
Oh
I was in
Lord.
my late teens when that happened. You big penis nose whore. Cause I didn't.
Oh.
Oh, it
Ooh.
pissed me off so bad. But that always stayed with me, and it taught me not to treat people that way. This is
Yeah.
not what you would do,
But it's what I do.
and I would have respected her more if she would say, "This is my house." I was in her house. This is
Yeah.
my house. I like my doors to be left open. That's it. That's all, and I would have
So
respected it. But
so
why
you're
did I
gonna
have to be dumb?
let me see if I get this clear. So you went to use the restroom, and while you were in there, you closed it, and she had a problem with you using it closed, or was it when you were getting out, you closed it
When I
behind
walked
you?
out of the
Oh,
bathroom, I pulled the door up
I
behind me.
that's
Because
automatic for me. That is
that's what I do at home.
automatic.
And anywhere, that's what I do. I pull.
A door
See, the
has
house
to be
that we grew up
closed.
in, Carrie, we had a long ass hallway with 50,000 doors down it, and the doors were always shut. So that's what I
Yeah.
was used to. And
Yeah.
even in my adult life now, I close doors behind me. I like them uniforms, cabinets,
Yep.
closets, all that have to be
Oh.
shut.
Ooh, you remind me. Thank you. Let me write this thing down for my game tomorrow, for my discussion tomorrow. Some of the things that I don't like. I hate seeing a drawer half
Woo.
closed.
Mm.
What's the purpose? You take stuff out, push the whole thing back in. I don't get it. You take something from the cupboard. Why is the door halfway closed? It has to be opened or closed. You open to take out. You close once you're done. What is so hard? I don't get it. There's
I
some
don't get
things
it.
I just can't. Yeah, but she didn't need to be that. She didn't need to be like that with you. She could have
Right.
just said to you that, just leave the door open, honey. You're a child, as a matter of fact. So come on, be nice. Say, okay, it's okay. You could leave the door open. We leave the door open over here, or something like that. She didn't have to cuss you out for that, and speak badly
And it
about you
wasn't just
because of that.
later. This wank. I hope my mother never sees this video because I'm trying to respect her, but she know I don't like her friend. They're still friends to this day, and well, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, they stayed friends for a very long time after that, and I always avoided that woman anytime that I could because when I got a little older and I got married and I got to having babies, her thing, what's wrong with y'all having all these kids? And I think I had like 3 children when she asked me that.
Oh wow.
And I felt like I was old enough to say what the hell I wanted to say since she asked. Let me answer. Hey, lady, some people want children. They didn't just throw their legs open and get knocked up and didn't have time to run down and get an abortion. I wanted my
Oh.
children. Some people like kids. I didn't get knocked
Oh.
up to keep a man or
Oh.
because I didn't know where the condom aisle was, Miss
Oh.
Lady.
Oh.
She
Oh.
kind of left me alone. But this is how she talks to people. And it's just that thing of why, because this is your choice, which, to keep it honest, it wasn't her choice to have one child. That's how it worked. That's just the one that you wasn't able to get rid of, bitch. Okay? Because you would have had 17 of them. Anyway, the one
Ooh.
child that you didn't get rid of, that was your choice, lady. I wanted my babies. And like I said, I only had like 3 at the time. I got 10 now. Well, 11, including my bonus. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Hey, nobody goes off and gets pregnant 10 times on accident or because they didn't know how the baby was getting here. I have a
Right.
gynecologist. He prescribes birth control. I
Mhm.
also know where the condom aisle is.
Mhm.
Those babies were wanted, planned, and taken care of in my house. And that's my choice. And I'm not asking for that to be your choice. But I don't get I don't see how you did it. Well, then don't do it. Don't do it. That was my choice. And that's what I'm saying. That I always go back to this woman because she was again my mother's friend. And anything that she didn't agree with, down to how much hot sauce you put on your damn
Oh
food,
Lord.
you were just stupid and dumb and
Oh.
ignorant. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Well, I don't know
She
what's
was
wrong with
very
you.
judgmental.
Right, sitting down at the church house on the first pew with your leg crossed and sleeping with all the deacons up there
Oh.
sitting. You know
Ooh.
what I mean? I don't know what's wrong with that.
Oh.
You really want to talk, Miss Lady? But I couldn't say
Oh.
all this stuff to her because she was my mom's friend.
Is she alive still?
She is. And while I hope that my mother never watches this live, I kind of hope that she does. You big penis nose whore. She know I can't stand her.
Not a penis nose.
Sarah,
I
I wish I
can't
could say
laugh
big
loudly.
penis.
My head hurts.
You would not laugh if I said big penis because her nose
Not
is
a
just like an
penis
uncircumcised
head.
penis sitting on her face.
Not a penis nose though. Oh my god. Not a bell pepper nose, but ooh shit, a penis nose heifer. I can't laugh. I'm trying to keep it cute. I cannot laugh. I'm having a. I am not taking a pill. I am not. I took Advil last night. I am not taking anything else. I'm just saying. Some people think that because this is the way they handle a certain thing or certain situations, like this is the what they call it what tape is it called, whatever, the plan, that this is how everybody else is supposed to operate because this is how I do it. You don't insult other people because they don't see things the way you are, the way you do. Everybody is unique. Everybody has different ways that they operate. You can ridicule someone or talk down on someone because they don't see things the way you do. It's the same way. People see a glass half full or half empty. We
Mm-hmm.
have different perspectives on life. We view things differently. So it's just for you to understand and, realize that people are not going to see things the way you do and, acknowledge that. Acknowledge that, but you don't
Right.
try to talk down on them because, oh no, she doesn't see it how I see it. She's an idiot. Oh
Mm-hmm.
no.
I don't think
That's
those,
crazy.
those are just puny people who are looking for anything to make them feel bigger. And it is, Carrie, trust me, it's some people right here on YouTube that I feel sometimes you catch me in the right mood and I want to read them for the facts of their life. But then I think, for what?
It's
They
not
know
worth
better.
it.
They small enough. It's no need for me to kick them while they're down. And one picket teeth at the bottom having, bitch, I swear her teeth sit in her mouth like they so far apart, like they scared to touch each other. This whole breathe and the air come out of her mouth crooked. She
Oh,
knows about herself. She
oh,
don't need to be said.
I don't even know who you're talking about, but that sounds serious. What is
That
going
is
on?
the
What is going on in the in the AM?
And the only
Oh Lord.
reason that it irks me is because she talks down to everybody else. Everybody is dumb and slow and a sleepwalker. Bitch, Neo done told you wrong. The Matrix have totally let you the fuck down. Because all
Oh.
you do is lie. Not
Oh.
one again.
Oh.
When she breathes, the air come out crooked.
Oh.
She is that much of a liar.
Oh.
But when I just sit back and I look and I think, does this whole thing that anybody takes her seriously?
Oh. No, I think I almost know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about. And
Let
it's
me go.
like, again,
I don't know
I'm
if you've
being
used the
told.
private. Have you used the private chat before, newbie?
Yes,
Well, okay, so I'm gonna put it. You tell me if this is the person, because I'm trying to figure out. Is that it? I'm way off. Okay, never mind. Oh my
bingo,
gosh.
bingo. Jesus. But when you realize it's not my job to steal people's joy. When I realized that this is all the attention that you get, honey, YouTube is the only shine that you have, even though nobody here takes you seriously and everybody treats you like the slow cousin at the picnic. That we just put the helmet on and let you sit in the corner and lick on the windows. I'm gonna let you have it, baby.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let
this
you
is
have it. But
the
it pissed
first.
me off when they lied on me for no reason and then turned around like I don't think about it. You try to treat me like I was small. Like this
Wow.
is not trying to even be big in your little bitty circle. But how dare you talk down like I'm small? It kind of pissed me off for a minute until I remembered this bitch is slow
Oh.
and irrelevant,
Oh.
and this is all she has.
Oh.
So
Okay.
who am I to take it away from her?
Um.
Have fun.
Newbie, I realize that a lot of people on here in this sector, not everybody, this is the most attention they have ever received. So it kind of gives them a little bit of a power trip, for
Mm-hmm.
want of a better term to use. It's like it gives them this feeling that, oh my God, I am well known. I got
Mm-hmm.
so many people watching me. I
Mm-hmm.
am above some of these people on here. You're just, especially when you hear people say, "Oh, you're just a subscriber. Stay in a subscriber's place." No, what makes you think you're better than somebody because you're doing whatever content you're doing on a public platform, an open platform like this, where anybody could do stuff if they wanted to? What makes you think you're better than anyone? What is it? What is it about being heard or seen on a platform that makes you think you're better than anybody else over here? You don't know half of the people who are here. They're
Mm-hmm.
just here. They have avatars and their pics may be up. They may click links and be on live, but you don't know what people do in the back. You don't know what they're about, and they
Right.
don't. They also don't need to prove it to you either. So in some way you feel as if you're better than. I don't get it. I don't know what causes them to think the way they do. I think being on these platforms gives them a fake sense of importance, a sense of importance. I don't know what it is, but
Oh, there is
it's to me it's nothing.
there is definitely a lot of inflated senses of self-worth around here.
Bingo, you said it more eloquently than I could. An inflated self worth. There you
Mm-hmm.
go. So there's this way this person, the people just want to prove to people that, oh, I'm better than, I am the it factor, I am this, I am that. When in truth and in fact you're in the mud like everybody else over here. You're down here in the mud too. Yeah, there's
And
nothing
the thing
different.
is, it's so easy to pick out the people who have real lives or something going on in their real life and the people who don't. Because no matter what you think of me, and I'm not you, very Carrie, but the people here, I don't care what they think because, again, once I do this, I'm still as important as I think I am out here in my real life. I have people out here behind this damn camera that love me and appreciate me and need me and know my validity. so I don't have to come here to get it. I don't have a damn thing to prove to anybody around here. Uh, who? And the thing that kills me is especially the beefs. They are so low and dumb and uneducated and fifth grade education. But you right here with them. Why would you want to be the queen of the anthill? I don't want to be the queen of the
All for how many people
anthill.
watch over here? Like maybe let's say the highest number, maybe an 11K views, and sometimes it's not the amount of views means 11,000 people watched. People may go in and out of watching a video like twice or three times, especially if it's a long live. People go in and out, so it's the numbers. So you're just seeing these numbers, and I think it's the numbers that gets to their heads. I think that's what it is. It's the numbers. It's the fact that they can see how many people are looking at them, especially when they look at the numbers of people while, especially during a live. It does something for them. It does something to them. It makes them feel like they are the it
Here, let
factor.
me tell you something about that. A couple of things. Now, I don't know how you or anybody else under the sound of my voice right now feels about Pastor J. Wilson. And people
I can't
talk
laugh.
about,
I'll hurt my head.
he's
You
a
gotta be
fake
calm.
pastor, and what kills me is when people get to judging people by who they watch and what they enjoy. Um, all his fake followers, and they just stupid and they just blind. I think I'm a member over there. I joined his membership. To me, let me tell you what memberships mean to me. I am in my own way supporting the
Right.
person who
Yeah.
I'm watching. I am a member on your channel. That is me supporting you the best way that I know how. Whether I watch or not, you get my little however much. I think your membership is pretty cheap.
99 cents, girl.
You get my little 99 cents to do with whatever and feel appreciated. That's me supporting you, whether I show up to your videos every time or not. If I'm watching it live or if I catch a replay, it is a little different because I'm your moderator. So I try to catch you live when I
Yeah.
can. But I'm just saying, that's just me showing some love. That is not me saying that I agree with every damn thing that comes out of Carrie's mouth. That
Yeah.
is not me saying that I'm going to stick a nigga if they mess with Carrie. It's just my way of showing support.
Support,
So
right.
back to what I was saying. I am a member. I think Jay Wilson was one of the first people whose membership I signed up for. That's when I think he lost the channel. I started following him after the second channel. And I was just moved. Let me hit the membership. And I don't know which tier I'm on. I know that I pay the lowest amount that can be paid. I think I know that. But I take him. I don't agree with everything that comes out of his mouth, nor do I go to him for spiritual guidance. I
Guidance.
think
Oh, ooh.
that he is a pastor, and I said this to somebody else that made a comment about him, and I commented on their comment. I look at the term pastor the same as I look at the kids in school that sang church music and we called them choir boy, or
Okay.
the kids that read a lot and we called them college boy. We gave them nicknames according to something that they talked about a lot or something that we felt they'd done a lot. It's just a moniker. But I don't think that he is, let me say this. I don't know. I've never heard him say that he's a pastor of anybody's church anywhere. But even if he is, that's not why I call him pastor. I call him pastor because, for one, that's what he calls himself and people calls him that. But he talks about church and he works it in and he's singing, pray for me. That's why I call him pastor. Like, some people might call him Rev or, brother, or, it's
raw J.
It's that. But it just kills me. And even let's talk about Pizarro. Everybody in the spaceship is dumb, and because she claims, and Pizarro is not on welfare, and Pizarro does not have a fifth grade education. Y'all can believe that crap if you want to, but let's just say that she does. So everybody that watches Pizarro, we're stupid, we're uneducated, and we're all on welfare. That's a bunch of bullcrap. I watch who I watch because I enjoy them up to a point. I don't agree with everything that they
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Ugh, that just bugs me when people do that. But at the same time, I don't feel the need to come out and say, "Oh no, I'm not stupid," because I
Yeah.
got Terry, honey. I had degrees in
You
business
don't
the
have to
average
prove
person cannot
nothing.
even pronounce. You understand what I'm saying, do you? But that's not.
Your sound went out again.
Can you hear
It's
me now?
muffled. I can hear you, but it was a little bit muffled a while ago.
Okay, probably because I'm moving
Hey,
and
random
turning.
crafting gamer.
Hey, random. Okay, so I need to this going in and out. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I don't know what to
Is your
do
mu-
different.
is your hand covering the audio the mouthpiece?
Hold on just a second.
Cause we can hear you, but the only thing is that it's a little bit muffled a while ago. It dropped a while ago.
Okay, how about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Is
we
it,
can still hear
is
you.
it okay? But mm, it just did something. Say something, Carrie.
Say something.
Okay,
I'm
I can hear you.
giving up on you.
But I don't like people being ridiculed for the spaces that they like to visit. I
Yeah.
don't believe in
But
that.
I've heard him say he doesn't watch them or he doesn't go over there. But then I saw him over there like months ago, and I was taken aback. I'm like, didn't he say that she wasn't this or whatever? And like,
Mm,
but he was over there. I don't know. This is why you shouldn't take up for people all the time. You never know. You never know.
exactly.
Yeah. It doesn't mean because we go over there and watch the crazy stuff over there that okay, we're all everybody that goes over there, they're dumb. People want to be entertained, they'll go for the entertainment. It just is what it is. And everybody to me, everybody serves a purpose in the sector.
Mhm.
Cuz people have different ways in which they entertain the crowd. So we may
Right.
not always agree with everything, but up to a point, whatever we like, we watch. If not, we take ourselves away until there something is there we like again. It just is what it is. I don't get
Exactly.
the excitement,
And I
arguing
again,
over
I'm
which
always
channel to
looking.
go or not go to. I don't got time for that shit. Mm-mm.
I watch who I watch until they do something that makes me just not want to watch them anymore.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if you were here in the beginning, but I talked about, okay, and somebody commented, so I think I got a clearer understanding than I had when I brought it up the first time. Um, Grown folks TV.
Yeah, you did. You mean when you said you went over there because of Demetra?
Hmm. And
Okay.
I
Yeah.
heard things about him that were deplorable and despicable, but the people who said that about him were on and off with him. So what I'm saying is that I don't know if he said despicable or deplorable things. What I do know is that the times that I have watched, I hadn't heard anything deplorable or despicable. Not to say that it's no validity to the people that don't like him and he's Messiah, whatever, all of the things that people are mad about, they might be valid. I just hadn't heard it for me. Not yet. Anyway, it's there. I'll see it, right?
Yeah.
So somebody commented on a totally unrelated post. I post all the time on my community wall. I'm always
Yeah.
slapping a quote or two up there.
Yeah.
And they brought up my seizures and
Oh.
all of the things. Like, I find it shocking.
Had nothing to do with
I
it
can't, I'm
at
not even
all.
going to try to quote because I don't remember what the hell they said, but basically what they were saying is that because I have seizures and I'm fragile, I shouldn't be watching a misogynist who to and they said to poke. I was my sole purpose in their mind to for being in his chat was to poke at somebody else. And that
Wow.
was getting to me like who the fuck is I trying to poke at?
Wow. So you're not allowed to go anywhere?
Mm,
Oh my
so
god.
when
You being in there was a strategic thing. You went there just because.
I didn't know who they thought I was trying to poke
Oh
at.
wow.
But
You see,
since I
people are
said that the
always
first
looking for
time,
some. People are
right,
always looking for a problem, new biology.
always
They're
looking for
always
something.
looking for something. So you're over there going
Hmm.
there to enjoy what or to check their content out. And somebody is in the bushes or in the wherever they are, and they're thinking that you're doing that to poke at someone. Is that how
Right.
it works? I
And
don't get it. I
apparently
don't.
so. I couldn't figure out who I was trying to poke at because I've said it 17 times in this live and I'll say it again. When I'm most of the time, I don't comment at all. I'm just watching from the clouds. But when I do decide to drop down in areas where I'm not familiar or the person is not familiar with me, you get a hand emoji, you get a heart emoji, and you get a smiley emoji. Carrie, I know you've seen it in your chat a billion
I
times.
have
That's all I do.
a
That's
wave.
all I've done
Mm.
in that chat that day. I wasn't in there saying nothing. I don't even to honestly, I don't even remember what the topic was that day in his live. Um yeah, but I just waved and threw the little heart and shortly thereafter, here comes this person, grown woman, whoever you are with that fake ass account that you decided to say something to me under, bringing up my seizures, and I was poking at somebody. I was stuck on who was I poking at, but
What would
I'm
you?
going
What
to.
would be the reason for you poking the person also? Cause I don't get it.
That's what let me off. Now, Terry, I really don't know, but I've said it in your life. You know that on one hand, I am not totally tech literate. It's a lot of crap that I don't know how to do. Like I was shocked when I was able to let you up here because I don't know how this crap works. But I
You'll
have
be
people
fine.
around me that are absolute internet beasts. Can find anybody, do anything, hack anything. I don't know if I should be saying that, but it is what it is. My son is, for all intents and purposes, one of the best hackers you ever want to meet. He can do anything on. He can fucking launch a rocket missile from a cell
Oh,
phone. Okay?
oh, oh.
So if I want to find people, and that was, I know I'm all over the place, but let me veer off right now and ask you this question, Carrie, about doxing. If you have the ability to find information and or have information on a certain person, but you have no intention of releasing it, is that still doxing?
I don't. Well, it is doxing. Oh, hold on, because it has to be you're using it for malicious purposes. I think is that. So for me, I think doxing is trying to find people's personal information with the intent of using it for what's the word I used before? Malicious intent. So if you
Okay.
didn't use it, you didn't come to a public platform or anything, I don't see it as doxing because you didn't expose any of that info that you got about the person. So I don't think it is.
Okay.
But you actively, but I don't know what to call the word though when you actively seek the information. That's the thing. But the fact that you didn't use it out in the public, put the information out in the public, I don't think it's doxing.
Okay. Well, let me just clear that up a little bit for you since I brought it up and shit. Remember, if you can recall the live of mine that went left, I
Yeah.
opened my live up because I kept getting all these weirded out emails.
Yes, I remember. You were
And
trying to
so
figure out who the person
who it
was.
was, and that person never came to light. Right? They never. I welcomed them to hit that panel that night. That was my whole reason for
That
going
was
live.
the whole reason for going live for
And they
somebody to
never
come hit
showed
your
up.
panel since they had an issue.
A bunch of other stuff happened that night, if
But
you
a lot
remember.
happened that night.
But they never came and hit the live. And so I was talking now again. I have this son. This is a major part of his job. Okay, what he does. I ain't gonna say too much because I don't want to tell his stuff. But dude can find Jimmy Hoffa wherever he buried at. My son can find him right now if he wanted to. So I'm talking to one kid. They overheard me talking to y'all that night about this person keep emailing me and all these weird emails and bati bati. So she went and told her brother. He took it upon himself to go find IP addresses and put me right at this person's front door. So the
Are you
person,
serious?
so the person that was emailing me all this weird stuff, and come to find out, the main person that was doing this was emailing me from different accounts, but all the accounts went back to the same IP address. I could literally, if I wanted to tomorrow, pull up to this person's front door.
Are you
Matter of
serious,
fact,
girl?
I could pick up the phone and call because my son is that. Pause. Just just to tell y'all a little story about, let me newbie y'all over here in Newbieville. My youngest daughter decided at one point that she was going to just leave and she was going to show us she grown. I'm going to leave. I ain't telling nobody where I'm going. I'm going to do this, blah, blah, blah. This brother that I'm talking about on his computer. And she said, I love to hear her tell this story. She said, I just knew I was going to. She didn't even check her cell phone. She said, when I knew anything, I opened up my hotel door and my brother was standing there like, don't play with me. Let's
Oh,
go.
really? Are you
So,
serious?
little dude can find anybody, anywhere, at any time.
Oh,
But
wow.
back to what I was saying, I have the information, but I don't plan to use it. And I talked him off the ledge. You're not going to, none of that. You're not going over there. You're not going to put your hands on anybody. We're not doing it. And I'm not. So that's why I say is having the information, doxing, if you don't plan to use it or put it out publicly. Like I would never come on. I'm talking about it now because it's kind of in context to me, but I would never tell you who I'm talking about or what their information is.
Mm-hmm.
So is that still doxing? And then I'll go ahead and tell you why I'm asking that, because the person that sent me that ugly ass message, I was in my feelings and I told my son, who is this? And he found it and told me, and that's why I said I pretty much know exactly who that is. Said that bull crap to me. But I'm not going to tell YouTube, and I'm not going to bother that person or try to call their job, or well, they don't have a job, but I'm not going to bother them in their real life. But I know exactly who they are. What?
Give me 1 second.
Okay. Put that back. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Oh, I got kids for sale over here. Thank you, Shanice. She's so faithful. The action
Yeah.
will consist of taking for and publishing private identifying information about a particular individual on the internet, typically malicious intent. Okay, random. Got you. See, I'm not looking to destroy or harm anybody.
You
I
know,
think,
this is exactly what I was thinking, random. Because the thing is, yes, you go to search for the info, but if you don't publish it, I don't. especially for malicious intent, like I said before, you know, it's not doxing, you know? Yeah, you gotta publish it, right, random. Yeah. But people gotta be careful out here because they maybe think they're doing the thing. They do this for all the numbers, but some people gotta be really careful on here. And I'm not the type of person who believes in telling people what I will do to you.
Hmm.
Just because you're incriminating yourself. That makes no sense. So you be on here, oh, and I'll do this, and I'll go here, and I'll do this. No,
Yeah.
nobody who is that bad is gonna do that type of stuff. Nobody who is smart enough wouldn't do that.
Right.
You know? Yeah,
Real
makes no
criminals
sense.
move in silence, and they usually move alone,
Yep.
not in groups or packs, because I can't. I'm not gonna snitch on me. So that whole thing, but um, damn, I lost my thought. We were somewhere with that, Carrie. I lost my thought that fast.
Well, I think you were talking about people who were try. You were making a point about the person who was. Oh no, it was about you being in ZX's chat
Mm, yeah, I
and
just
how somebody had something to say about you being in there, saying you were there to do something. Poke at someone, I guess.
and like say what it is that you really need to say, and it goes all the way back to them falling out with somebody else. Never, while they were cool with this person, they never really spoke to me, or we only saw each other in passing, and that was cool. It was a lot of people in that other person's chat, but when they fell out, you started going out of your way to speak. Hey newbie, how you doing, newbie? And I knew you were only doing that to see was I going to speak back, to see if I had chose sides. And I spoke, hey, how you doing? But what you want? You know what I mean? So here we are again, and under this flawed ass account, why are you in his chat when he talking about me? I didn't even know that he was talking about you until you made a big deal out of it. So it's just that whole these people kill me. And far as numbers, Carrie, I told you this before, and I'll say it again. To this day, the live of mine that has the most numbers, yes, there was numbers. The live of mine that has the most numbers, you know which one it is.
I know, right?
And
Girl,
you know
don't
that
know it.
wasn't about me. I cannot brag on those numbers and say I'm so popular or they love me. That didn't have, it was about the mess.
It was for the mess. It was a wholly and solely for the mess.
Exactly.
And this is where everybody formed their opinions. Just imagine that night. Everything was so laid back. We were just having a laid back conversation. It was just a
Mhm.
quiet night.
Mhm.
And you decided to open the panel. And I'm like, okay, let me go click up. Oh my God. I couldn't believe that is the direction it turned. And you notice the numbers of people, the number of views you got on that video. It just goes to show that people only like the drama or they gravitate to negative type of stuff. So, you notice you're having a whole conversation now. I think I saw about 15 people in here
Yep.
or about that. Notice the numbers in here tonight. As opposed to what, oh, no, you're down a little bit, but as opposed to that night with the crab that happened on here.
Yep.
It show and then it also shows you who are really here to support you.
Hmm.
They're here for you when there are no numbers. They're here for you because they're just genuinely here to support you.
Right.
Not just when there's some crazy stuff happening on here. It's crazy the things. This sector is something else. Gotta love
It
it.
is. And that
You
is the
gotta
thing
love
to
it.
look at as a mod on your channel. I'm always looking at the numbers up top compared to the people who drop down
Yeah,
and the people who hit the like. Damn, what do it cost to hit a like? And
exactly.
I can honestly say I don't care one way or another. I appreciate the people. I appreciate everybody who's here, whether you like, drop down, or not. I appreciate the whole thing. But for me, I don't see this ever being about numbers for me. So it really don't make all that much difference. But if you're gonna be here, what does it cost you to hit the like? It's right there. Hit the damn thing to keep that person on the algorithm. I know how it works.
Shawnee says, Carrie, you like mess to stop. I'm surely not here for Bible study. I'm not in the beef sector to get deliverance from anybody. I am here because I enjoyed seeing some kind of drama that I dropped down and saw one day, especially when I was watching when Lovely Love, not Lovely Love, Lovely Tea and the whole Star Marie thing, when there was a little drama with Mona a long time ago when she had all those numbers and stuff. So I didn't come here for no Bible study, no nothing. I came here because I saw the mess and I'm like, oh my God, these are the type of stuff happening here. Let me watch. So I was in the clouds most of the time. So I would want to think that everybody who frequents this area of YouTube has some little thing about them that they like a little mess from time to time. So I wouldn't want to think that I'm any way different from anybody else on here. So it just is what it is. The only difference between me and maybe a few others is that I don't want to like engage in it a lot because it then means I got to use a lot of energy and time, and I don't have the energy and the time because then I'll have to keep up, and I can't keep up. So I am more, as I am in my regular day to day life, I am more laid back, and I enjoy doing that. It's less stressful for me. But everybody does like a little mess. Everybody does. I'm not here for spiritual teaching.
My niece is trying to get me to unmod her. I'm not gonna
I
do it.
know. I remember when she got the stick, she didn't want it. I remember. I remember.
If
I
there is any
remember.
way you can handle being mod, it's over here. I only go live once a century, Shawnee's down.
You should do lives more. You need to get to
I'm
your
working on
thousand
it.
soon.
I, I'm working on it, Carrie. But I just can't get past the sensation of what the hell I care about. Everybody else might not care about. Like, you know,
But
I don't want
you
people.
shouldn't care. Those who like it, once you have your titles, I think what I've been
Mhm.
observing, it depends on the titles and maybe hashtags. I've heard those two. Maybe a catch a pig. I don't know, but there are ways and means. But the thing is, newbie, it may come through slowly. But you may not get your audience from the beef sector. It may be other people who like to have discussions and stuff like you do. Like you do more deep thinking and have discussions and stuff. So you'll not maybe have a lot of people from the beef sector who would flock to your channel. However, you gotta not think about only the space in the beef sector. You gotta think a little wider than that. There's a whole world out there. So the people will come. Just continue to do your lives, or if you want to do your uploads, and the people who are like-minded, they'll find you. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? They'll
I
find
don't
you.
enjoy uploads
It doesn't
a
have to
lot.
be by the standards of the beef sector.
Right. And I realized that a long time ago. And it's like no shade, but I gotta say names to get my point across. A long time ago, long time ago. I went on Brianna's panel. And I only hopped on her panel because like before that she was talking about the first time I ever went on her panel, she was talking about somebody from the mommy sector. See, I didn't even know there was a such thing as sectors. Hell, YouTube for me was the music and how-to videos.
Yeah.
So I was clueless to all of the different dynamics of it. But anyway, I'm watching her and they were talking about somebody from the mommy sector. And so I went on the panel to give my point of view, and Bree asked me to stay And this is, I think, when people first kind of found out that I had 9,000 kids. And she's like, stay up. I want you to stay up, Miss Newbie. I like your perspective. Stay up. And so that turned into like a 3 or 4 hour live. And we were just talking about this girl, whoever she was, I can't even remember, and the way she was raising her kids and blah, blah, blah. And people were asking my advice. And, you know, a lot of people favored me, and like this woman is full of wisdom and blah, 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 blah. So that was good. So I don't know, a week or so later, she was doing another live that I caught, and Kimmy and Mona were up there arguing. They were battling. And I jumped on the panel and I'm like, whoa, whoa, Miss Kimmy, Miss Mona, come on now. We black women, if blah, blah, and I'm trying to mediate and bring them to, a point where they saw things different. And as I'm reading the comments and listening to other people on the panel, it dawned on me, oh, this ain't what they want. They want to fight. They don't. They're not trying to find resolve. They
No.
want the fighting and the battling. And I stepped back, and that is one of the first. I just like, this ain't the place for me to go live or do. This ain't it. I ended up in this algorithm, but I'm not what they want, because they want the rah rah. And all fast forward all the way to Carrie, that live that night. As many uploads as I've done and the lives that I've done, that one to this day, I promise you, go look. That is the one that has the most numbers on it. That was disappointing for me. That was so disappointing, because I'm not here to give you mess. I'm not even capable of giving you mess every rip. If crap go down, I'll facilitate the best way I can. And I'm not even saying that I'm adverse to it, because your channel is one of my favorite spaces where it's just calm and cool and relaxed, and I feel safe over there, and we talk about things. There is only one person. I'm not going to say their name unless you ask me to.
I
There's
know, I know.
one person who I
Yeah,
call completely back when I see them. 'Cause
yeah.
yeah. But other than that, your your house is one of my favorite places because it's safe and we can talk and we can have fun, and it's all different types of things going on. But
Thank you.
sometimes
I appreciate that.
drama happens,
It
and you have
does.
to see what it is. And
It
I
is
get
what it is, and we're in the beef sector, so when these
that.
things come, it comes. Drama
Right.
does happen. We do like a good little, cussing out sometimes or dragging sometimes. Yeah, so the drama does come. It
Mhm.
does. Sometimes we can't, sometimes, just sometimes, we can't get away from it.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But I really do much prefer, having a whole like hangout type thing over there, and just doing stuff to entertain ourselves, a little bit more laid back, because I don't have to be an addition to the regular
Mhm.
content out there.
Right.
It's going to take a lot of energy from me. It's also going to take a lot for me to be able to see every single live and to keep up with
Mhm.
everybody. And I already don't watch a lot of people.
Right.
So I don't know how I'd be able to keep up, and then I'll have to be able to respond to people and all of that stuff. I don't want to, unless
Right.
I
And
have
I
to.
don't like having to feel responsible for knowing who fell out with who beefing right now. It's too much. You got to keep
Yeah.
up. Ooh.
I've seen
So,
that one day two persons fell out, and I didn't even know like the extent of what happened or when it happened, and I was in the midst of that beef. There is a whole different one. It's another one that you thought about.
mhm.
And I'm like, and then there are people saying, why is she in the chat while there? And I'm like, I just dropped in the chat. People are saying hi. I'm responding. What am I supposed to do? Oh, these two are at war. They're at odds. I'm not supposed to. I can't keep up with everybody's beef. I cannot. And please believe, if you are beefing with someone, I am not a part of it.
Right.
The least you can do is be respectful. Fight your battles. Don't include me.
I always think about Miss sometimes at the most random moments when I'm not even on YouTube. I think about Miss Heatwave that night on your channel with me and Demetra, and we worked it out. We talked it out. We're all good. That's why I could bring it up. But that night when we had that blow up in the midst of all that, I
That was a lot. And then you'd be surprised.
He West kept saying, "What is happening? What is happening?"
We've gone through some stuff over here. Jeez.
Oh my God.
We have gone through some stuff.
Oh, bless her heart. She was just as befuddled as I was. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, I thought it's so much
We
that she
couldn't figure out
actually
what was
said
going on.
so much. It's just what is happening. Because we were all feeling that way. It was crazy. But that's how I feel a lot of times when I see breakups, when I see some of the makeups make me feel like heat wave. What is happening? Like, what are y'all just sticking daggers in each other's throats? Now y'all tongue kissing? I don't understand. But I let people be who they are. I let
No,
people
what
be
if
who
I
they
what if what if I had decided to take a side between yourself and Demetra that night? Look at that. You
are.
know,
Right.
that is why you got to step back and let people do what they got to do. You two are good right now. What if I had taken a side? Well, I wouldn't have anyway because I like you both. But I'm saying, what if I had? No, you two are cool. Where would I be? I'll be on the outside, and maybe you two wouldn't even be caring about what I had to say at this point because you'd be busy working on your friendship and stuff. It's never good to take sides. You can always give your opinions,
Mm-hmm.
or if you want to try to help them to work it out and stuff, but if it's possible, try not to get in the midst of
And
two people.
let
It
me say
depends
that's a
though.
perfect example, and I can use it because I was involved in it. That is a perfect example. There were people who didn't so much as take sides, but who felt one party was wrong versus the other party, and vice versa. Okay, like I can understand where Newbie coming from, or I can understand where Demetra is coming from. You had those people who didn't necessarily pick sides, but they could just see the whole situation for what it was.
Yeah.
But what I noticed, the people who took a strong side one way or the other were people who already had, like if they took my side, they already had an issue with Demetra, and they used that situation to
Yeah.
get at her. And vice versa. The people who, and there was one person that sticks out in my mind who already had an issue with me, but knew that if they just came out and said they had an issue, it would make them look like an asshole because I really don't mess with nobody. And I had just started moving around on YouTube, but they already had an issue with me. And so they used that to express how despicable I was and how I wasn't a friend because I didn't have Demetra's back and all that. Bitch, that's what you wanted to say already. You just used this opportunity to say, fuck out of this country. What else up, Gary?
That was an epic live, and I'm just happy that it ended up
It was.
being, turning out positive. I'm happy that it, didn't get
It did. A
out
lot
of
came from it.
control.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
This
Sound is going out
has
again.
happened a lot since I've been watching YouTube, since I've been actively like watching you. I have started cussing a whole lot more. Not to
Ah!
think that anything is wrong with expletives. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it at all. It's just people's personal. But I noticed that it comes. I wasn't the biggest cusser in the world, but now I have
Girl.
to do it a lot more because I heard my grandbaby. Can I tell you a story right quick that it might not even affect anybody else, but it blew me out of the water earlier today. I was reciting out loud a poem about an abusive man. And it was children in the situation. And I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with it, but it's called A Night with Bo Willie. If anybody's familiar with that poem, I was reciting that out loud. And my 7-year-old granddaughter came in here right when I got to the end of it. And so I'm trying to finish. So I kind of gave her the hand, like, wait a minute. And I finished it. And as I brought it to a close, she looked at me and she said, Gigi, I sure would have got my shotgun. I said, well, baby, what
Oh.
are you doing? She said, that man messing with them kids. I
Oh.
would have told him to leave my kids alone. I said, okay. She said, I want to cuss. I want to say a cuss word in there, but I can't. And out of sheer morbid curiosity, I said, well, what cuss word would you put in there? Thinking that the baby was going to give me some little light cuss word. She said, oh, Carrie,
What did she say? What did she say?
the whole thing. Because she did not remind you, she said, I sure would have got my shotgun. She
Oh.
posed as if she was standing with a shotgun
Mm-hmm.
and said, leave my kids alone, motherfucker. I would die. No, I gave the baby permission
Oh
to
my
come.
goodness.
I'm
She's
thinking she
gonna
was
be a firecracker if needs be. Okay. If she gotta turn up, she's gonna turn up when needs be. When it's necessary.
it
She's
shocked
telling
me,
you,
it scared me.
oh
I
my
didn't even know
goodness.
how to feel. That baby said, leave my kids alone, motherfucker.
Oh,
That
you got
had
a
me right
fiery
there.
one there. Oh my
Right.
god.
Let me know I need to watch my mouth. And I couldn't reprimand her because I had already told her to say it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Bless
She's
her
telling
heart.
you what you would do.
Ooh,
That's so
I bet you better not
funny.
mess with nobody she loves. Bless her little heart. So yeah, I gotta Gigi gotta clean it up around here because the kids are listening. They hear you even when you think they don't.
Exactly. And they can repeat every word you say. Trust and
Hmm.
believe.
Hmm.
They are like sponges.
Absolutely.
Trust and believe. You may think they're not hearing you. You may think they're playing their games or whatever, and they're not hearing your convos. You must be. You gotta be. Mm-mm. You gotta be careful what you say around these children. They watch you. They soak it up. They may not exhibit it right away. You may not see it. Trust and believe it'll come up. Okay.
Praise God, these children are something different. And with me having so many children and so many sets, because I got like the children that I birthed, I got like the older kids and then the younger set, and now the grandchildren. These millennial children are something different, Carrie. They something different altogether. And they have more influences. Can you hear me? Because it went silent on my end. Let me know if y'all can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. And I'm
Okay.
hoping everyone in the chat is cool. Happy. We're almost in the new. Ooh, the new year is fast approaching. It's the 31st, guys. Oh wow, we're gonna be in 2024 in no time. Shit. Oh, it's Saturday. The reality of life is hitting me where there's a lot going on. There's a lot I need to get done that I wasted my time on this year. There's a lot to work on. I'm also going to be. No. Yeah, it is what it is. Never mind.
As long as you got air in your lungs, you got time to figure some things out and change what you don't like. That's how I feel about it.
You still drinking, newbie? I remember while I was doing my live, this was sometime after 8, newbie, or 9. You're like, two more shots and I'm going to be drunk. How many have you gone so far, newbie? Oh my god, this is this is hilarious.
Wait a minute. It's not a whole lot.
And I'm saying this while I'm thinking about what I'll be drinking for, tonight.
It's right there. That's not a lot.
Okay.
And I've been working on that for hours, so that's not a whole lot.
Okay. Just asking.
That's not a whole lot. But I always prep properly, I let the squad know when I'm drinking so they know to come and check every so often to see have I fell over. So yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But I am getting it in. But this is we moving into it's the 31st now, right? The 29th was Mister's birthday. And so that was a
Oh.
whole yeah, that was a whole busy day for me. And he is horrible at accepting gifts or even compliments. Oh my God. So I'm trying to break him in. He don't like to do things big.
Yeah.
So I started off by I baked the cake the night of, and um, I set it there in our bedroom. There's a sitting area where he watches TV, and so I put the cake on the table, and I took rose petals and sprinkled them from where he sleeps in the bed to the table where he sits. And when he woke up to go to the bathroom, he looked and like, why are the roses on the floor? I said, follow the roses, just follow them. And he found his cake, and that blew him away. Like I couldn't have brought him the Hope Diamond and made that man smile harder than he did. But I know him big. It's the thought. He's one of the main reasons that I know. It's the thought that counts. And come to find out, he don't even like vanilla cake, and they didn't have. I know chocolate is his favorite. They didn't have no chocolate in the store when I went to buy the stuff to make cake. And so he ate a small piece of it. I didn't torture him with a big piece because I know he don't like vanilla. But just me thinking about making him a cake. It was just a plain round cake with his initial on it and candy flakes and frosting, and he was just as happy as a bugaboo. So we done that and some other acrobatic things that I
Oh.
showed.
Oh. Okay.
For his birthday, and he was satisfied. We are getting to that place where we try to wonder, like, we don't do Christmas. He does Christmas, I don't. But
What about
birthdays,
your children? What do they think? Do they celebrate or they, do
you
the
know what?
same as
It's
you?
about half and half. The daughter, one of my daughters, is married, and her husband does Christmas, so she kind of conforms to what he wants. But most of them, not really. And we take advantage of the time off from work and school because we can visit and travel and that whole thing. But when Christmas trees and Santa Claus and all that stuff, none of us really do that.
I get it.
And Thanksgiving either. And Mister is getting further and further away from it. He told me when I gave him the Thanksgiving speech, he was like, you know what, you make me sick. But still, it's in our country, that's when school is out and everybody gets vacations from work mostly. So we take advantage of the time off, but as far as traditionally no, we don't do. I don't Carrie. As far as traditions go, I don't even have a singular wedding ring. I have like a ring that matches different outfits. I got the platinum one, and I got the gold one, and I got a whole nother one that's just I don't even know the name of the metal, but that black whatever crap is just a band, and we wear those. I don't do tradition. I'm not good with tradition at all. It goes back to the meatloaf story that I told. Why are we doing this? What is our reason for following these damn traditions? So I'm not traditional in any form of the word. I got to know why I'm supposed to be wearing a band. I got to know why it's supposed to be on my right hand instead of my left hand. I got to know why I'm supposed to cook dressing and collard greens on this day of this year. You, like that. That's my long-winded answer. Your turn. Hey, Red.
Ready red.
And this is the first time Ready Red has come in my chat and not talked about my butt.
Oh,
And I'm It's for real, because the night when Trish don't remember when we had the whole conversation about the lie that she told on me, and I couldn't go I couldn't drop my link because I was brand new to this, and so we ended up going on her thing so she could drop the link and we could have the conversation. And he followed me from there to over to Trishy's, and we had that conversation. And I think I stood up to grab my dog, and when I stood up, Trish was like, "Is your butt real?"
Oh,
Then she read,
wow.
"Is it real? Like, what do you even mean?"
Oh Lord.
And this is why I try to stay seated or try to mind like how when we done the costume party for Lady Nika, that was a lot for me because when I bought that costume, I was a lot smaller than I am now. And I bought that costume because myself and Mr. are really into not so much as cosplay, but we're really into superheroes, comic books, that whole thing. When DC or Marvel drops a movie, we're there because we were comic book geeks growing up. And so I bought the Harley Quinn costume to wear for him. That was supposed to be a me and him thing. So happened a few months after I bought that costume, that movie, the Suicide Squad, I think it was, dropped. And everybody, it dropped right before Halloween. And every female from Here to Kingdom Come dressed up as Harley Quinn. And I don't like doing what the hell everybody else is doing. So I stuck the costume in the back of my closet and I never wore it. And again, I just said, I don't celebrate holidays and that whole thing. But Lady Nika's costume party was an opportunity for me to put my damn costume on and wear it. But when I put it on,
Why not?
I've gained so much weight. The shorts were super. They wasn't that short when I first bought them. And when I put it on, Mr. I said, I can't do. Look at. And he was like, "You got the stockings on." I don't even know if the stockings you could see them when I went on video, but he was like, "You got your stockings on. You all right? You dressed up. Put the damn, do your thing." Because I was like, "This is too much of my boom boom hanging off the bottom of these." But I went on and I done it. So I'm saying that to say the whole thing with Trishy and was my butt real? Carrie, I am as flat chested as a adolescent. If I was going to cosmetically, if I was going to cosmetically alter my body, I would start up here, not down here, okay? But yeah, she saw me stand up to go. I don't know. Again, Red might remember. I think I got up to go get the dog. Then he put it at cakes. He always come in my chat and on my things and say cakes because when I stood up and went to do whatever I was doing, that was the first question she asked: "Is your butt real?" It ain't even big enough not to be. Anyway, girl, go ahead. What the hell were we talking about?
Well, you've gone through how many decades with it? You'll be fine. You'll be fine. And you've had your children, you have their husband. You're just okay. If it'll be too late for you to go and change how you look at this point. Yeah.
And I used to want some boobs. I always said that when I get enough money, I'm getting me some boobs. I'm getting me some boobs. And when I got the money, I'm so glad I didn't do that.
It wasn't important anymore.
It just was not important anymore. I'm not even worried about it. This is what I got. Deal with it or don't. He like it. I like it. Let's go. And the thing of it is, I don't have to wear. I listen to my boobed out friends. They complain about back aches and wearing the proper bra and underwires digging into their skin. I don't have none of those issues. I don't have to wear a bra. And I feel like I have a couple, like Gary, okay, in the winter months when I have to wear heavier clothing, I have a couple of padded-ish bras and it just fills me out a little bit. So when I'm wearing a jacket or a sweater, I don't
You're
look like
not
a
too
whole
flat
dude.
chested, right?
But other than that, what the hell am I putting a bra on for? That's like wearing a holster with no gun in it. What the, what are we doing here? But I'm glad about it. And a lot of my heavier top friends, it's a whole reversal because they used to feel like I envied them, and now
Mm-hmm.
it's like they envy me.
They envy you because the strain on the back,
Mhm.
it's too much. Well, what I don't got, they're not huge, but I remember I didn't have to wear bras at one point, but now, girl, with the weight, it goes in there too.
Any more than I got.
I remember when I used to, oh my god, I can't wait to get fat. I need to, because they used to they used to tease me, girl.
Mhm.
String beans. What else they used to call
Yep.
me? All those names, and I'm like, just wait until I get some meat on. Now I got too much meat. I can't. I think that's why I started eating more to put, the weight on and
It's like
stuff.
we always want what we don't have.
Yeah, but and now I'm sad that I did,
Mm-hmm.
because
Because
I
I'm almost
asked for what
like
I couldn't deal with.
my 22-year-old, to me, she has what I call a model's body. Some people might call it a swimmer's body, but she is tall and slim, slightly curvaceous, but mostly just tall and slim, beautiful. And I tell her all the time, people would kill to have your figure, but she wants to. I want to be thick like my other sisters. I want butt and I want hips, and I'm like, it just keep having birthdays. It'll come, but don't try to push it. And my 28-year-old used to be that way, and she ate and she took protein shakes and drank Ensure and done all of the things. And now she's a tad bit overweight. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
please talk to your little sister and
Yeah.
just encourage her to let the weight come as it will. And me myself, I'm sorry. I like my Barbie doll body. I am having a fit over these extra 15 pounds that I'm carrying around. Mister like it. I don't like it. Of course, a man and they thing, but I don't like it. I don't like the weight. I can't. I like being able to wear, what do you call it when your top comes down? It drop something, you call it. I
I
can
don't
get
even
away
know
with
what it's
that.
called.
And I can get away with halters and it doesn't look trashy. It's
Mm-hmm.
just on the curve. Because see, there's a difference between sexy and slutty.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm right on that cusp up here of sexy, but down here, I can't wear mini skirts and certain things I
You
can't
too
get away with down
curvaceous,
here.
too voluptuous down.
Mhm. It don't look right. It looks stank. It
Girl.
just looks stank down there. So I don't wear it.
The
I like
mister
short
is
shorts.
happy. You know what? The
Mm.
mister is happy with the weight, and you don't want him to cut his hair. So what's the compromise
You
here?
know what, Terry? Get out of here.
What's the compromise here? He keeps his hair, you keep those 15 pounds.
Okay. Touche, Terry. Touche.
Has he said anything else about his locks again?
Mm-mm. He just makes sure that I keep them looking fresh and whatever. They're like this. You want them, so deal with them. So that's cool. Matter of fact,
Okay.
tomorrow is twisting lock day, so I
Okay.
gotta take care of him as long as he keep them long for me. But I guess you're right. I want the hair. He want the weight. So I gotta hold. Can I at least lose like 5 though? And but see, that's another thing. I talk a good game, but I don't care about enough about the weight to go on those stringent diets and work out until I pass out. So it can't be bothering me too bad. But he likes it's just like I said, like I like short shorts. I can't wear short shorts right now because they look stink. And I know that. So I can't it's about knowing your lane. And I'm not fat shaming or body shaming anybody in any type of way, but just because they make it in your size does not mean that you should be wearing it. And that goes for me too. I would love to be straight up and down and be able to look cute in a little micro mini. I look like a fucking hooker. I look like I need to go hit the pole when I wear short skirts. Can't do it.
I can't wear them anymore. I gotta cool down on the shorts until I really need to get this weight off. I mean, I'm not like huge, but I just don't like the extra weight. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's
And
just too much.
everybody knows how they want to look, you know? And I have had an issue. I'm lazy when it comes to working out. I don't like repetition, like doing the same thing over and over. My best working out phase was when I was boxing, and I had an excellent trainer who knew that I didn't like repetition. I like to get in the ring and spar. So he would make me do my reps and whatever I needed to do before I could get in the ring. And that would give me the motivation to go and get that part of the workout out of the way. God rest his soul. I wish I had him back. But I need a workout partner, somebody to motivate me. Let's get up and go do this. But a lot of the times I don't want to work out with you, you little skinny bitch. That's what I get. So I can't, it's hard for me to find a workout partner. And I'm not even at this point worried about the weight so much as just being healthy. I'm a woman of a particular age. I need to, work on my cardio and those type of things. So yeah, Frost.
I'm gonna be wrapping up here.
I'm
Last
getting ready to
night I
go.
went claiming I was doing some late night. I didn't make it past half an hour
Mhm.
exercising, but I'm gonna try to do more tomorrow. I'll try to do as much as I can. So, man,
And
I
you
want to
think
get
I'm
up
going to
early in the
tell you that, did
morning.
you see my video? And I've done that video solely for Lady Nika, but a lot of people enjoyed it, so I'm glad about that. But did you see the video that I've done with the mop handle and the? Did you see that?
I didn't see that one. When did you do that one?
It's a couple of months old now, but it's on. You pull up my videos, it's right under there. It's
It works on
quick,
the abs.
mm-hmm, quick fat burning tips for lazy people. I
Oh
think
yeah,
that's
I did see it. That I remember with that word lazy. You said lazy, oops, something like that. You said lazy, oops, something, because you didn't want
like
to call them lazy people. I did see that. I did.
with that. It really, if you want to work on that particular area, I don't know why it works as well as it does, but you will feel it and it starts working immediately. And since you're here, if you get a chance, go check out my short
Your
that
what?
I posted today. I posted a short today. Go check it
Okay.
out. It's
Okay.
gonna make you laugh. Go check it out and share it.
I will. Once I get off of here, I'll go check on it real quick.
Okay.
See what you
Well,
did. You're laughing already. That means it's something out. Let me go look. Let me go look just for the fun of it. Yeah, cause I've been on here. I've been in two chats since I've been here.
really,
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know who else is, and that's one of the reasons why I don't go. Because somebody every time I want to go live.
You should never worry about anybody. One, it doesn't matter who it is. If you love the person, like the person, once you feel like going live, click your live button and begin.
Mm,
That's my advice to you. Doesn't matter if it's your friend, it doesn't matter who it is. At the end of the day, it's your channel and you're building your channel. Okay, what if that person doesn't decide to get off their life until the next 10 hours? Are you going to wait for 10 hours? No, you got to think
right,
about yourself.
right.
And it's not you being mean or going live on anyone or whatever. It's just you wanting to do whatever you want on your channel. You
Mhm.
got to think about you.
And
Okay,
that's
so
something to my very first, I think it was my very first scheduled live. Brianna was live, and I went on her channel and I hit her link because I wanted to talk to her about something that she and I had a disagreement on, and I talked about the disagreement on somebody. Anyway, I hit her live to tell her, yeah, I commented on this, but I won't, before you hear it anywhere else, I commented on this and blah blah blah. And so she was still live, and I knew we had live at like 5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. But I said, if I keep moving it, I'm not gonna do it because I was already nervous as hell. And it was my first scheduled live. And so I went ahead and went live. And do you know, not Brianna, let me make that clear. She didn't say anything about it, but people came back and had stuff to say, like I went live on, of course, just to be put it all the way out there, they said that James told me to go live on top of her, like I was gonna take her numbers. James didn't tell me that. I went live because if I would have kept postponing it, I would have talked myself out of doing it. So I just went on ahead and done the thing. And I didn't even know that going live on top of each other at the time was
Was a thing. And also, you got to remember, you scheduling the lives and not doing it, your subscribers will get frustrated after a while because they keep going. Because I remember I kept checking and I'm like, where's Newbie? I keep going to see her. Like, that's one of the reasons I used to keep asking you when are you going live. Because I'll see them and I keep checking, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm just gonna ask her when I see her. I'm tired of waiting. So you also don't want to disappoint your supporters.
exactly. And I said, and everything will always be upfront live and live in color every time I scheduled a live. So I had to kind of let y'all know, my bad. But those I swear that kid smell me about the 2 people that
I'm
but
sorry.
the hell, this live tonight, I scheduled it, and then the closer it got, I'm like, I'm tired. I don't want to, but I said, okay, I scheduled it. I'm not gonna cancel it. I'm just gonna go ahead and whatever happens, happens. And shit, here we are, 3 hours and 16 minutes later.
Exactly. I bet you had no idea you'd be here this long. This is the same thing that happens to me sometimes. I come on in my mind. I'm gonna do half an hour.
Right.
Never happens. It never happens. So in my mind, cause I'm a 10 minute and go. I don't talk a lot because I'm not long winded and stuff. But then I come on here and I start talking, and an hour passes by, and then of course you got really great supporters. So they'll click the link or they'll talk to you in the chat, and that also, it keeps me engaged and I stay along. And I love the people who come through and talk sometimes. I really appreciate it. They help to make, the content what it is, a channel what it is, you know? So look at that. It's been 3 hours.
And I appreciate it. And I hope, let me say this for future reference, anytime that I do a live, no matter what, if I have a topic or if my title is whatever, I want this to be a space where people can come and freely express whatever it is that they want to talk about. So anybody is welcome to hit the link and we can just talk about whatever, and wherever it goes, it goes. Because
Yeah.
I again appreciate your space. You might start off one way, but we always end up in Caryville. We always go wherever
Yeah.
it goes. And I appreciate that. It's like a safe, comfortable space. I love it.
I
I love it.
appreciate that. I appreciate that, and I've heard quite a few people say it too, and I'm happy that it could be that because I really intended for it to be that way. Because I've been around for a while and I've seen like some chats. It's like you're going on a what do they call those kind of places where the army, like you're going on a military expedition or a barracks or something, and
Right.
it's like people can't, they don't know if they could jump in or not. They don't know if they can be a part of the conversation. They don't know where it's going to go. They don't know how the people are going to treat them when they get in. And
Mhm.
then, and I guess it's because of what they're accustomed to in the sector, but people are warm and welcoming. It's different, and I want people to feel comfortable when they get there, and also understand that you don't have to agree with
Before we
me.
get out of here, Terry, do you remember where you and I even linked up at first? I know the first couple of times I hit your live, but I don't remember what brought me to you or you to me. Do you?
I don't know. Was it Demetra who shared my life? Because remember, Demetra used to be over there, especially because of karaoke. I don't know. I
It
think
might
the
have been.
first time may have been over there. Because I don't remember.
I'm just trying to remember because you know me, I stay quiet most of the time in people's chats and whatever. But I remember
It
there's
was
another
when I
chat that
asked you to
I
come do
put
a
of all the
poem.
things down. I remember I was in the chat and you was like, "Come on up, newbie girl, hit the link."
I
You
think I had
invited
asked you to
me.
read something. I think. I should go back and check. But then I gotta do better because I don't title my lives properly. So I wouldn't even know where to go for some of my stuff. I put them in playlists though, but
Mhm.
not all my titles are, or maybe I should check my descriptions and stuff. So I'll moving forward to 2023, I'll try to make my titles better. But I think it was I just called you up one day I think to read one of your poems cuz I like listening to it. Cuz I
Okay.
heard you on somebody else's panel reading and I'm like, "Wow, she writes. We have people with different talents in here. Let me hear what she has, because not everybody stops to appreciate people's talents. They just
Right.
want to hear the cussing and stuff. And I would much prefer to hear the spoken word. So I'm like that, and I appreciate the arts, to be quite honest. So I'll sit and listen to drumming all day. I'll sit and listen to spoken word all day, if I
Mhm.
can. I'll listen music, and I like to be in a quiet space. So I appreciate that. You know,
Oh, and what I haven't forgot, Terry, is that you do spoken words yourself, and we're still waiting to hear it.
girl, that's been years. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know. I did do poetry, but not like you, newbie.
It's still
Shit.
there.
I
If you've
could
done it before,
try.
it's still there.
I have to have like real time. Ooh, you're making me feel like I should go in my. Ooh, girl.
Yeah, go in the notebook and see what you want.
I'll see if
I'm
I can
thinking
find
about
it
it
because
into
most of
something.
those stuff is from high school though. So
So that's when
yeah,
we done some of our best work when we didn't know to think about it. We just wrote with it.
my mom called me and gave me them one day, and I'm like, okay, you're cleaning up, aren't you? Getting rid of my stuff out here. They're somewhere.
I would love to hear it, but I do know I can't say that from the beginning. However, it started. I remember that I was always super comfortable in on your channel and on your panel. I was always super comfortable.
And I feel the
And
same way over here, girl. But you know what? If the mess comes, like the last time. But still, it's a nice laid back feel, and I much prefer that. Not to say I don't like the mess, because like I said, who doesn't?
right,
Why else would we be here? But I
we
would
wouldn't
much
be here.
prefer it
At
this
least we
way.
wouldn't have stayed. Some of us crash landed, like myself, and didn't even know that there was a thing called a beef sector, but we stayed. We
But
stuck
we were here.
around.
You know what? I remember when there was a whole debate about what the sector should be called. There was a whole thing about that. I remember there was talks about Section 8 and all of that. I'm like, Section 8? So everybody over here is that type we were. I remember it. Who knew it would be called that?
Right.
Who
And see
knew?
that's the thing. I was Jesus. I was in and out. Like I knew James from way back. Like when he got in my algorithm, it was because he was roasting Shirley Caesar, and that caught my attention because my mother used to run with Shirley Caesar, and so that
Really?
caught my attention. So I would watch his he was doing mostly reviews, or that's all I would see was reviews and this and that. And I was watching not Maya, Kaya and Maddie on Facebook. Because, like I
Oh,
said, YouTube, I used to
I
go to
was watching
YouTube
them
for
on
music
YouTube.
and how to videos. And then there were a couple of people, and I just recently remembered I used to watch Sean Bradley. I didn't know his name, but I would catch a couple of his videos. I remember one,
Me
he was at
too.
the car taking his son or going to pick up his son. I just very recently remember a couple of weeks, last week or so, I don't know if you were in Pizarro's chat when we were on the panel together and just listening to his voice. I'm like, that's that dude. So I remember that I watched him a long time ago, and there were a couple of other people. I never knew
Yeah.
they were all connected. I
A
didn't
little
know
bit
it
of
was supposed to
everybody.
be separate. You understand?
Yeah.
So when I started watching and never went away again was when Maya, why do I keep saying Maya? Kaya and
Oh,
Maddie fell out.
yeah,
And
I
I
was there for
started
that one
watching
too.
that. And then people that were, because I used to follow Mona Simone on, we are still, I think, friends on my Facebook page. I didn't know that Mona was the Mona
On
on
here?
YouTube.
Oh
I didn't know
my.
they were the same people because she didn't show her face on YouTube.
Yeah, there was
I
always
didn't know
some
that was
bubbles.
the
I
same person.
remember she always had the bubbles on the screen and stuff. I remember because I used to follow her a long time ago too.
Right. I just didn't know that all of these damn people were connected. One of the first people when I knew it was a beef sector that I watched was Ask April. And
Oh,
everybody that I went back and started watching and whatever, it kind of came from. And let me tell you why I started watching her. Because again, Kaya and Maddie brought me to YouTube, from Facebook to YouTube, and then all of the people that were doing commentary on their situation. And I want to say it was Mona that was talking about this Axe April person so bad, it made me click on them to see who the hell she was talking about. And I'm like, oh, she seems sweet to me. And everybody after came from James to everybody, and all and all the different people in and that's how it started. But I had no
hope my
clue
pipe is not too loud in
that
here.
all those people were connected until this recently when they were talking about the OGs and the geeks of the beef sector. Hell, I've been here from the beginning. I didn't realize I thought I was new. I've been here
Girl.
from the beginning. I just didn't know it was the beef sector. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, just Andrea. Hey, everybody coming in. Thank you so much for joining New Biology. Please remember to hit the like button for her and subscribe if you haven't.
Thank you. And look at Shawnee's still down there. Shawnee's probably cussing me out, but I am not gonna let her go.
She's doing her job. I was all over the place. I didn't.
Shawnice was one of the first people that was kind to me. Shawnice was there for my first good cussing out on YouTube. Shawnice was right there, and she wouldn't have it. Like, she is nice. This ain't cool. Why y'all messing with her? That's why she my mother. Because I was on. Have I ever told you about that, Carrie? When I got
Uh-uh.
kicked out of Rick Reed's
Come
live?
again?
Did I ever tell you about when I got cussed out? That was my first time being dragged or cussed out on YouTube. It was on Rick Reed.
Who cussed you out?
Mm, let me think of it's some initials. I don't know, the nurse. He's a nurse. He claimed he's a nurse.
It's ZT. I think you did say something
Yeah,
similar. I think it was
that's what it is.
ZT. Oh, Lord.
And that I was just a follower at this point. I wasn't modding for anybody. Didn't really know my way around this joint. I'm just watching. And Rick was doing a marathon live. He decided to, he was some kind of giveaway that he was doing. He was playing a game, kind of like the ones you play, and he was doing a giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever won, he kept mistyping. He was missing a digit out of their Cash App, and people kept putting it in the chat, and we all realized we not looking at the chat. So I hit the panel, like he was missing like one number. It was like a name, but it had a number at the beginning of it. And so I went up on the panel to tell him, sir, it's that what you type in, but put a one, put the number one in front of it. I just went on the panel because he wasn't reading his chat. He said, for whatever reason, I still don't know because we never got to it. I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go take a piss, but don't go nowhere, newbie. Stay up here. I want to talk to you. And I said, okay. So I'm sitting there and I'm not saying anything because I'm waiting for the host to come back and ask me whatever it was he wanted to ask me. And all of a sudden, this nurse person just started, say something. You up here, bitch, dumb bitch, ugly bitch.
Oh Lord.
Went in. I'm like, ew.
Mm-mm.
Those are a lot of conclusions to come to. And I wasn't even on camera.
And he didn't
Those
know
are a lot
you.
of conclusions to come to in a quick second. So I got down, but what I realized, see, he was up there soliciting Wu-Tang. He was sharecropping his twang
Oh,
that
oh,
night. I
oh.
was in his way. The moment that Rick said, stay up here, I want to talk to you, pissed him off. I was in his way.
You came as a third wheel. You were messing stuff up for him.
Messing stuff up
Okay.
and mess.
I got
Yeah,
it. Now I get it.
yeah. That's what that was all about. But Shawnice was in there that night and she wasn't having it. She was so pissed off, like, Rick gonna apologize to you when he wake up in the morning. This ain't cool. She ain't even do nothing. And somebody said, I don't care if it was Shawnice or somebody else, but they was like, that's James' friend. And I'll be damned if 15 minutes later James didn't show up and read that book. Lord, I feel sorry for him when James got off of his ass. And I hope it was thinking, "James, oh, he just happened to show up for James." I said, "Ooh, Jesus, too much. It's too much." But whether she know it or not, that's why. And I see people picking on her. She has a style about her. She say things the way that she say it, and I know she don't mean no harm. But I see her get blocked out of a lot of people's channels. So no, honey, I'm not taking your wrench. That's why you my moderator over here, because you deserve to say what the hell it is that you want to say too, with your crazy messy ass. Mm-hmm. Love you, boo.
Oh Lord, I'm gonna wrap up, newbie.
I was just about to say,
I am
I'm gonna
wiping the
keep
sleep
you
out of my
all here
eyes.
to
Come
keep
again?
me company, but I am not gonna hold you all night. I
Are
am
you
not
going to
gonna.
sleep? No, I don't think you're going to bed because you're having another. Let me see that glass in your. Let me see that glass real quick. I
This
don't
class
think
is
you're going
empty.
to. Oh,
This class is almost empty.
oh, ooh, ooh.
So I'm about to shut it down.
I'm about to
And
brush my teeth and keel over. Okay.
mm,
My head stopped hurting, so that is good. That means I really needed to eat something, you know. And here I was thinking I was okay, you know. I was like, yeah, I just had a salad and I'm good. Oh hell no.
you need to put
Uh-uh.
some weight in your stomach.
But the thing is, I feel so heavy going to bed. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to. I don't want to eat after a certain time. But it caught me. It is what it is. But my head doesn't hurt anymore, so I'm happy about that.
You just made said newbie holding me hostage, but I'm a humane captor, so you'll be all right.
You're not going to bed anytime soon, are you?
I'm talking to you. I got all kinds of toys back there to play with, honey.
Who else is gonna come click the link and be on the second shift with newbie? Drop that link, newbie. Let's see who else is coming up.
Andrea says good night, babe. If you leaving, good night. Thank you
Oh,
for
just
coming.
Andrea is leaving. Okay, okay. This was a really good chat. And speaking about that, Demetra had a really good live last night, guys. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys like watching what's it called? 90 Day. Oh, it's not. No, it's Love After Lockup. So she just found Love After Lockup, girl, and she's binge watching all the seasons and she's discussing it. So when she catches up, I'll be sure to be over there discussing it because I used to watch it because I used to watch the crazy stuff on there. But then I got through with the crazy stuff on here, so I just started sticking to it over here.
You
Because
know
then
what, Andrea?
between
I
work
know you
and
got a
watching
purpose.
everything.
So, did you ever watch this mini series on Net? It's on Netflix. Don't F with cats. Have you seen that?
Uh-uh. I don't know why I stay away from series on Netflix. It's like I'm so afraid to commit to stuff because I sometimes don't have the time.
It's only 4 episodes long, honey.
What's it called? Let me write it down real quick. And
Don't
I also
F
got something else
with
that
cats.
don't F with cats.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I think I think DKL was talking about it, and I had to go look. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna let you go watch it and cuss me out later.
Ooh. Am I gonna need to cover my eyes at any point?
No, but if you like animals, you're gonna be triggered.
Are you sure I can watch this? First of all, I'm afraid of cats. Just so you know.
The visual, I'm gonna tell you, the visual is not too much, but the content itself is crazy. It's crazy, but it's worth watching if you like documentaries and true crime.
Ooh, I'll see if I can do. You know, there are only three people on here that make me watch true crime. It's Lady Nika when she does do true crime.
Yes.
It's King Roman,
Mhm.
and there was one other person. There was one other person that I watched. Cause apart from that, you'll never catch me watching true crime. Oh, it was Demetra. Demetra did a really good one day, but I don't see her doing anymore. But that one was a really good one, and I knew it took a lot of time based on the editing that I saw. But because I support those people, I watch it. But like, otherwise, I don't necessarily watch. I'll do an ID. I'll watch the ID channel and watch some of those stuff, like, and even the first 48 and those types of stuff. But apart from that, I don't know. I don't handle death well, whether or not it's like close
I
family.
love it. I love the ID channel, but I have to watch in moderation because I have this whole other story I'll tell y'all one day about how I almost shot my meter
Oh,
man
oh, oh,
because I was watching a crime show and
oh.
yeah, it was just a whole lot
Oh no,
going
poor
on.
meter guy.
But
Oh no,
he
he
ended
was
up
he was
having,
just doing his job,
but listen,
girl.
I'm going to tell it short. I'll make it short as possible. We were at the house in the country, and I admit my driveway
Pause.
is kind of
Pause.
tricky. Hmm.
One of these days, I want you to title your alive a video. I almost shot the meter guy. Do it. You can tell the story right now, but I want you to do it as an upload, and I love to hear. I love Check me a month after, and tell me what the numbers are like, cause just that title alone. But anywho, I digress. Go ahead. Let me hear the story. But
He
you should
parked
upload it though.
on the street instead of coming in the yard, so I didn't see a vehicle. I didn't see a work vehicle, and I was watching the ID channel, one of my true crime stories, and I hear rambling in my yard. I look on the monitors. I don't see anybody. There is no car in my yard, but I hear something. So I crept around the other side of the house until I was where I heard the noise and I saw him and I up Roscoe. Oh my God, I felt so bad after it was all over with. That I have not heard the name El Nohim since I was a small child. That man said his own stuff and said, "Oh, El Nohim, cover me this day."
Oh Lord, poor guy. Oh
As he
no.
said it, I looked and I
Oh,
did see like
you saw
the
it
worst
on his
thing that
heart, right? Yeah.
we even prayed together though. It ended nicely because we talked, we prayed together.
I bet
But
he
dude,
had that story to tell his family for years.
so
Oh no.
I posted a sign on my gate at that house because the driveway is a little bit tricky and I can understand service workers and people who have to come in with trucks not want to come have to deal with getting in and out of that driveway. I get it. So I posted a sign at the end of the gate that says, if pretty much, if you have to come up here, just hit the doorbell, let me know you're here before you go, because
Yeah.
it's 3 acres over there to play with. And I get that I have people that do this. I got the lawn man, I got the people that have to come read the meters, and that whole thing. But please let me know you on the property before I see you or hear you creeping around and my mind go left, okay? Because that could have ended bad. But he was a good sport. He understood, and I appreciate that. But I had to adjust too. So, yeah.
You should tell that story one day in a little bit more details. Use pics if you want to and whatever, and title it correctly and throw it out there. Put it on your channel. It may not attract beef sector people. It may attract people who love storytelling. So you should try it.
Terry, I
See what
usually
happens.
that would because I've been meaning to get in touch with Lady Nika because she likes the true crime. I have a true crime story.
Oh,
hmm Yeah,
so you're thinking of doing it
I'm
with
thinking
her?
about.
A collab with her?
hmm
She may be in the clouds. You should tell her when you see her, though. Or leave a
hmm
message. Does she have your email?
hmm
Okay,
Yeah,
wow.
she knows how to get in touch with me, but yeah, I think that it's a story. I've mentioned certain elements, but I haven't told the entire story. And I just think with her being into the true crime, that she could help me tell the story in a way. I don't know if make it make sense is the term, but I think it would be good for her, and I think it would be good for me if we
Yeah,
done that
you should
together.
work on
But
it because YouTube has a way of throwing out your videos out there, as they say in the algorithm.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. So you never know where a title will take you.
Right.
You never know. It may take a few months. I was looking at which video was I looking at for ODS? ODS did look. ODS does bangs and sometimes does a little commentary on the beef sector, and he did a review on a Vix something, and
Hmm.
he got, I think, if I'm not wrong, almost 10K views on that video.
Okay.
And he only
That's
did a
what
review.
I
So that is why I'm telling you the pics that your thumbnails are very important, as well as how you title your videos. So I'm pretty sure that I don't think more than 10% of the sector watch that because they're not interested in that.
Mm.
So it does put you out to other places. And then
Okay.
you'll find other people subscribing to you. So especially if you keep it up.
Well, on that, with that thought, Terry, I've said it. If people ever decide to dox me for whatever reason, like get a strong drink and some popcorn because it is one hell of a story back there. Because I that was my intention at first to tell my testimony, if you will, on
Yeah.
YouTube. But then I got to looking at how people move and that whole thing. I kind of pulled back. Now I'm not ashamed of anything that I've been through or the things I know. You can't whoop me with my own life. I know what happened. I know who I am. I know where I am. But when that thing happened and people started contacting my children and crap like
Yeah.
that, I want to protect them, but at this point, they kind of know what it is as well. So the whole doxing thing, you cannot humiliate me with
You
things that
can't.
I know about myself. Like, please tell me something about me that I don't know. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like I was saying
So,
this to somebody the other day. They said, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear they dox you," and I'm like, "Dox me?" I'm like, "Let me know their agent so they could help me find some of my family members that you can't tell me about myself. You cannot, because I got
right.
nothing to be ashamed of. I chose not to come on here and give too much."
hmm
Unfortunately, I was going through my little moment with the passing of my family, but that's as as much as it gets. I chose not to give too much. I don't want to. I don't want to.
Yes, Chinese, they contacted my children after
Mm-mm.
the seizure incident to somehow that was a ploy for James to prove that he was a good friend. So I don't know if I was allegedly out. Did I fake the goddamn seizure to
That's
just say
crazy. Your sound
it
is
was
going in and out though.
okay? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me.
I can, but just be careful you're not putting your finger or whatever down on the
Okay.
mouthpiece, I think, or the microphone. I don't know.
Yeah, they contacted one of my children to try and find out were did I indeed have 10 children?
Oh my god.
Were they foster children?
Oh
Were
my
they natural
god.
born children? Um, yeah, all time. And they were
Oh
really at that
lord.
point trying to get to because I had mentioned that I was retired. And yes, I took an early retirement. I'll tell that story when I'm ready to tell it. But yeah, I
Wow.
could still be working. I chose not to for my own reasons.
Mhm.
And thank God I'm in a position where I don't have to. It's called marrying well. Hello. But yeah, my children were
They
contacted.
contacted your children. That is so sad. You see what I'm saying? And then people think, why do people don't want to come on here and, be open or
Mhm.
show people certain parts of their life. It's because of the nature of this place and how people act. Because what the hell are they doing contacting your children, though? That's crazy. They have
And that was
nothing to do
disappointing.
with anything, your online presence here.
Are they really my children or are they foster children? Was one question that they were asked. And the other one was, did I have a seizure or did I fall out because I'm bulimic,
Oh.
which would
Ooh.
explain why I don't weigh 600 pounds with the 10 children.
Oh, wow.
Just ridiculous. You know,
Wow.
if this was Carrie, you remember when I
Wow.
did the
Mm-hmm.
live and I was talking about the people from a certain nation that kept trying to sway me and tell me that the people I
Wow.
was hanging out with were the devil. You remember that?
Wow.
It was
Yeah.
that same group of, yeah, that
Mm-mm.
was doing all of that. And so I
People
get
don't
why
have
people
boundaries on here.
I get why people want to protect their families because up until all of that happened, most of my children and family members, they didn't know crap about YouTube, didn't really do social media. Now they're all booted and suited. They, you know what I mean? And
Aha.
I hate that,
Right.
that they feel they have to figure out how this thing works to protect me or to, you know what? I don't, whatever. So, but still, you still can't dox and like expose. Go ahead and tell it. You can't tell it better than I can. And God help you if you're doxing me to try to pull up on me.
Aha.
You better send somebody you don't want back, honey. That's all I can tell you.
They
With
incriminate
that said,
themselves all the
Carrie, I am
time.
not going to hold you all night. I appreciate you. I am so glad. Thank
Ah,
you.
I thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me up here, and also thank you to those who were listening in. I appreciate you guys also, and
Mhm.
continue doing more lives, girl. You get
I
your own
was
group
glad.
over here, girl. Don't worry
I
about
was
who is
glad.
live or
I
who is
enjoyed
not.
this. It gave me something to do. I enjoyed this and I definitely enjoyed your company. And I appreciate everybody and anybody that came to hear what I had to say.
And
So,
remember, anybody can click the link. She's open to having conversations with anyone. So next time you see her on here and she drops the link, don't be afraid to click the link.
absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna go now. For real this time because my eyes are closing down. I gotta go brush my teeth and jump in that bed. Okay, girl.
All right.
Whew.
Good night, Carrie.
Good night, newbie. And good night, everybody. Bye. How do I get up?
All righty. Thank you all so much for joining me and for sticking it out. We have been here for over 3 hours. And Shawnee's, I'm never ever gonna let you go, baby. So you are just as stuck as a bee in honey, all right? So get used to it. But on my way out, let me give you all one of my favorite affirmations. I think I shared this with another YouTuber, but I'm going to share it with you all. And I say this randomly, repeatedly throughout the day. I am whole, perfect, powerful, harmonious, loving, and happy. I say this and I repeat that. Yeah, you stop. I repeat this to myself all the time because what is important is that you feel good about you. Your happiness is not the responsibility of anybody outside of yourself. It starts in here and it works its way out. So, again, thank you for joining me. You have been in the lab with the mad scientist with her pen and pad. Class is dismissed. Learn things.